There, that's perfect. You're right where you need to be. Can you see me now?
You don't see my cock?
No, I see your face. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Is that
Start
better?
now. God bless it.
Man, this is like the most annoying pre-show ever.
Here we go. We're live.
We've been live, man. I started recording when we were watching his penis earlier.
We are
Really?
live. Let me see what's going on here. Dude, are we live yet? Are we on yet?
Yeah, I
Are
was
we there
start
yet?
recording when he was playing with his junk. So
Welcome to the freaking After Dark show. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you are just digging it and having a great Sunday. And we're here with the freaking After Dark show. There's Guido and there's Showcase right there and the red shirt. And then there's me in the yellow shirt, and that's Free Ride. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Like I said before, how's everybody doing? How you doing there, Guido?
I'm great.
You're great.
I'm
Good.
great.
I'm glad. How about you there, Showcase?
Stone.
Stoned? Oh well, that
Yeah.
wouldn't
You know
couldn't
what?
have it any other way.
Before we got on the air, no nasal drip was telling me that his favorite smell of all time is sweaty balls in the locker room.
Sweaty balls in the locker room.
Yeah,
Sweaty balls in the locker room.
that was his favorite scent during high school years.
That's not gay. That's gayish. So, he fit right into his Bukkake film then.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
He,
his one
his
woman and like
gayish. One
98
woman and
naked men with him.
75 men. How many guys were there? There, knee scab.
He wants you to say nice buds. I mean, come on. He's
Nice
shaped.
buds.
Yeah.
Nice buds. I like those buds.
All right. Now sit down and talk about your gay porn you did.
No. No, we've
Now,
heard that over and over.
I
But
just want to know is where was everybody's underwear?
you want to know how to make a toilet paper roll last a whole year?
No,
One
I
roll?
don't. We already know that one.
He already
Come
stuck
on,
your
man.
fingers with it.
Come
Okay,
on.
keep
For you
going.
listeners, that never seen that before, you can check that on last week's show on on YouTube. It was dumb. So anyway, that's who we are.
It
So
was the
anyway,
dumbest.
so they kill two guys in Afghanistan
It
with a
was
drone.
brilliant.
Huh?
It was brilliant. Don't lie. This would cost. You know how much this would be worth in fucking Afghanistan right now?
Oh, they don't wipe their butt. Vanity is a sin.
That's what I'm.
They walk around smelling like bung all the
That's not
time.
vanity though. That's fucking sanitary.
Yeah, well, it's sanitary, but they don't do
I
it
mean,
very often.
vanity's like shaving or dyeing your hair. That goes, a little bit further, in my opinion. So
Vanity.
if you're in that mode of thinking, then the bums in San Francisco are just as good as those.
Listen, that's all I'm saying is that this shit would be worth big bucks. This would be
You got your Bluetooth on there, Chief Screaming Chicken?
no
Shoestring chicken, shoestring.
Shoestring.
He got
No.
that nickname during his gay porno because his penis was like a
Yes,
shoestring potato.
yes. It's another week with gay porn. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta have it. Gotta have it.
All right, so where are you at longitudinal and and horizontal? If you were brought up in America, dude, and you learned
Longitude
how
and
to,
latitude.
and listen, if you learned how to read here, dude, you'd have no problem not believing that the Earth is flat. Otherwise, the fucking ocean would fucking run off the side of it. Now, come on,
No,
anybody
we
who
wouldn't
thinks
run off the side of it. That's just retarded. That's retarded to even say that. You sound like a total moron saying the water would fall off the side.
it would, unless there was a wall holding it in.
What do you think the fucking ice wall in Antarctica is?
That's a huge wall, huh? 4 ways around, huh?
That's what they say.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
No, no, if you're in New York, so that's at a certain longitude and latitude. Now, you go completely west and you get to where Todd is, you'd have to go around the motherfucking world one time.
No, you
And then
wouldn't.
you end up there. Otherwise, you ain't gonna.
No,
How you gonna
you
know it's
wouldn't.
flat Earth?
You would not have to go around the world to get the tide. That's crazy to think. That is you still fly in circles just like you do now. You fly in patterns. It
No, you can
flies in
only go
circles.
east. You can only go to east to Todd's longitude and latitude from your longitude latitude. You can only go east
Yeah, why?
because that's the way you got to go east.
Why?
So,
Why?
no, when you've gone your furthest east, when you've gone, then
Why can't you go? Why can't you go north, south, east, and what? Why do you have to fly in one direction?
because that's how you figure that the world is round. I mean,
So if you
come on.
so you can't start at New York and fly and come all the way around the whole entire world. How comes nobody's ever done it? How comes no one's ever circumnavigated? No, they have not. Nobody's ever circumnavigated the globe because they would see what Antarctica is, and you're not allowed to fly over Antarctica, so you can't fly over the whole entire world. You would be shot down if you tried to fly over Antarctica.
No. The
Yes, yes,
Spirit
yes,
of
yes, yes.
America flew around the world.
You can't fly around the world. You
The
cannot do it.
Spirit of America went. Go. You
You
reach
can't
an
fly.
end.
You can't
Turn
fly
around.
across Antarctica. You can't fly across Antarctica. You're not
You
allowed
can't.
to. It's illegal to it's a no-fly zone. You will be shot down immediately if you fly over Antarctica. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I've never heard that before, though.
Of course, you never heard that, but you can look it up, and it's freely there.
There's
Antarctica is a no-fly zone.
that was pretty popular. I think I'd have heard that.
No,
But
do you know anybody that's ever been to Antarctica?
you got to follow. This is the rule, okay?
This is
Just
a
like
rule. This is the rule
Afghanistan.
that
There've been people
they
go to the
told
South
you
Pole.
that
I
nobody
have
goes to
too.
the North Pole.
Yeah, they have.
No, they
There's
don't.
submarines. There's
I mean, the
submarines
South
going
Pole. No,
through
people
that.
only government officials are. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Only government officials and government people that are allowed, say, to go there can go to the
Listen, there's
South
got to
Pole.
be some kind
Nobody
of
else is allowed.
mental case. If you were born and raised here and learned how to read here, that you would think that this earth is flat.
Yeah, you think that libertarianism is good, and 90% of the
They,
world thinks you're a
they
fucking retard for
explored.
it.
They
No, I never
explored
said
the
that.
South Pole. They explored the South. They discovered the South
Those
Pole on
submarines
14
under that.
December 1911.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
led by
the first
Dr.
time
Falcon
anybody's ever
Scott.
been to the South Pole. In 1911 was the first time
Yeah,
ever gotten to the Earth's South Pole. But they knew the Earth was round before they even got to the South Pole. How? How? How do you know? How did they know the shape of the Earth when 1911 was the first time they got to that part of the Earth?
well, yeah, well, the North Pole's the same way. I don't know when it was discovered. When was that
I don't
discovered?
know about that. We're not
The
talking
North
about the
Pole.
North Pole. The North Pole you're
Well,
allowed to go to. South Pole you're not. And
well,
why
this
is it?
guy, this Amundsen dude, and then Ernest Shackleton went. Let's see, who
Mhm.
else has been to the South Pole?
Admiral Byrd,
So
Richard
Ernest
Byrd.
Shackleton, Robert Falcon Scott.
Mhm.
Yeah, they all went to the South Pole and they didn't
Check
get
those
shot.
years, buddy.
They
Check
got these
those
ice
years.
breakers that go up in there, and they go up in there with these huge ships, and
No,
then
they
these
don't.
submarines come popping out of the fucking thing, and they're shooting polar bears and seals for
What?
fun.
What are you talking about? Who the fuck's doing that?
Submarines, submarines, and icebreaker ships that go up there and go across that fucking
Where do you
iceberg.
get your information? I really like to know where you get your information from. There is
And under
nobody going to the South
under it.
Pole shooting polar bears. Nobody. You can't go to the South Pole. You can't.
You are a loon.
No, you
So,
can't go
so
to the
all of
South
this
Pole.
is made up. All these
Help
guys
him.
made this shit up.
God help him.
No, they didn't all make it up. because if you read their stuff,
No,
you'll
I'm being
find out.
serious. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone. I'm just trying to say
Yeah,
these people actually
this is
discovered
the
the South Pole.
propaganda.
So let
You
me
see
ask you
the
this, Free Ride.
propaganda and the
You think?
bullshit
Let me
and
let
believe
me ask
it.
this, Free Ride. Do you think our United States government is what they say they are?
Oh no, no,
Do
I
you
don't
think that
believe
the
that.
United States of America is what they tell you it is? Do you
Oh,
think you are free here, or are you sold the illusion that you're free here?
Oh yeah, I'm sold the illusion that I'm
Okay.
free. I'm not
Just
free.
like everybody's been sold the illusion of everything. I've never once said that I think that the earth is flat, and I never once said that I think the earth is round. I don't know, just like nobody else knows. You could say a million times that you know, but show me the proof. You can't show the proof that anybody's got pictures of it being flat over. Nobody's got pictures of
Now the only
it.
conspiracy theory I think about our solar system is I think it's a mystery that there's a planet on the other side of the sun that keeps time with the Earth, and there's an
well,
alternative planet.
that would be interesting
That
as
would be
hell.
more. That would be
Hey,
more likely than
there was
anything
either a
else.
twilight
Listen, if
zone
that
or
it's
there was
just go.
either a twilight zone or a outer limits that did tell that story.
I think a lot of those show that were in the 50s and 60s about space. I think it was a lot of propaganda on it, but I also think there was factions of the truth told on it that they already knew about things. Okay.
Right.
Um, Listen, why do we name our fucking new space
You know,
program the Starfleet? Why would we name it that?
Because we're gonna cruise, man.
But that
This
was
is
the
a
name of fucking Captain Kirk's
hey,
the Starfleet.
and
Starfleet Command. Yeah.
Right.
your, your theory on the planet on the other side of the sun, we'd have found that out because Captain Kirk would have been around there already and seen there ain't no
Well,
other Earth over there.
Captain
And
Kirk
he,
was never.
Listen, Star Trek was not a hit when it came out. It was
No, it
only hit.
wasn't.
It was only on for 2 seasons, and then it got
Yeah,
canceled, and then it got huge in the reruns.
and then the
wonderful,
You know
movies.
wonderful
that,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Because
syndication team took it to a
I mean,
movie.
it's amazing that that show was only 2 years and it's such a fucking ridiculous hit. You know, I don't know. But anyways, there, I don't give a shit what
Great
you
show.
say if you can read, because if you can read, you can also read what other fucking people wrote hundreds of years ago. That doesn't mean it's true or not. If you
No,
believe that, if that's the case,
Well,
then you
I
think that, do
know
you think that everything in the Bible is true?
you haven't answered the question.
Do you think that
You
everything
have
in the
not.
Bible is true?
See, you're like one of them
What
go-heads, and
question?
like
Let
Biden,
me
you're
answer a
like
question.
Biden. You're
Answer.
like Biden and avoid the questions.
Where's the question? You just made statements.
No, I haven't. I asked
Where's the
you a certain
question?
question in the beginning.
What was the question?
I said, if you are in where you are and you get on a fucking plane and you want to go to free rides, Kasha, and you can only go east,
Okay.
could you get there?
I don't know. I would have to try it. How do I know?
No,
Do
I'm
you know?
asking. Yes, I know.
Why you
Yeah.
flew? You flew around. You circumnavigate yourself. Flew around the earth.
I went on the other side of the
No, no,
earth.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
went
no,
but I didn't quite go all the way around, but I know that's possible.
no.
How,
It is
how
possible
else?
because you fly in a
How else?
fucking circle. Even on a flat plane, you can go in a fucking circle.
No, 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 no. No,
Yes,
because
yes,
the
yes, yes,
circle,
yes.
no, no, no.
Look it,
The-
look it,
the-
look it, dumbass. Look it. Here's flat Earth. Okay, I told you before. They think it looks like a disc. This is the flat Earth model. You don't fly fucking this way. You fly this way, just like you would on the globe Earth. Just this way. I've been telling you this for like 4 weeks now. Oh my God. The problem is you don't listen. You don't want to open your mind to new possibilities. You want to believe whatever you were indoctrinated it since first grade.
if
That's
it
what
was,
you.
if it was a disc, if it was a disc, then the compass wouldn't work this way. How could a
Why wouldn't it
compass?
work? There's still
It's
a
called
north, south,
magnetic
east,
north.
west. It's all still north, south, east, west. If it's a disc or a ball, what the fuck's the difference? You can still go north. You can still go south. You can still go east and west, right? How can you not? If you have a complete circle and you're in the middle, north, south, east, or west, east,
And
right?
the center is where your needle's pointing.
The center is the South Pole.
So it's the North Pole.
Or let me North Pole. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I got that
It's
back.
the North Pole. It's magnetic north.
Good. And then
The
the
North
outer
the
rim is
North
the
Pole
South Pole.
is not really a North Pole.
No, it's not. It's not. Even on the globe model, the North Pole is not true where they say it is. It's not. And here's another question for thought.
So right, I guess
Let's think of this whole other Earth that we had before this Earth, when the continents were one. Okay. Did you ever hear about that method of the Earth where it was one continent? How would that work on a sphere? If all the fucking world was connected together, how the fuck would that work on a sphere?
How would it work on a sphere? I don't know.
How would it work if all 7 continents were all together at one time? Because science has told you that they've broken up and separate. But if they were all together at one time, how does that wrap around the whole Earth?
Oh, that's because you're talking about Pangea,
Right.
where it was all one continent and the rest of the world was ocean.
Right.
Well, there's no gathering that. There's no. I mean, you can just tell by the shape of the continents that we have now that was true, that they broke up.
That they fit right. But what I'm
They
saying is
fit in like a puzzle.
they do. Now, if they were one piece together that wrapped around the Earth,
on an orb.
Well, then if that's the question, Guido, let me ask this question. Now, I'm being serious here. I'm not being a dick.
sure,
Okay, I'm not from
he's being a
California.
dick.
No,
He's being a dick.
I'm not. He's
He
being a
doesn't. He
dick.
doesn't want to have a real
Just because
conversation.
you feel
He
the way
wants to
that you do
ridicule
doesn't
people.
make you stupid. Okay, it's his belief. If he wants to believe that, he can. Okay, but my question, and I just lost track of what I was asking, is what set up the sun to do that? What you guys say it does? What set that up? How do
What do
you
you mean?
set that up?
I don't know how they set that up. That's with the information that.
Does the disc turn
No, the disc
or
doesn't
does
move
the
at
sun
all.
move?
The sun and the moon rotate around the disc freely. It doesn't have nothing to do the way, like I said before, I don't necessarily believe in their definition of what the Earth is, okay? Because I don't know. But what there is the Earth is a closed system that nothing get in, nothing get out, and the thing of it is it's on a disk, okay? And the sun and the moon rotate around each other. They don't gravitational pull or whatever. The problem
Right.
is if you accept this model, and you don't have to because most of the world doesn't, you have to forgive Newton's theory of relativity or whatever, the gravity. You have to
Gravity.
eliminate
Yeah.
the gravity thing. You have to, that were all theories anyways. None of them are proven. Even Einstein himself will tell you that that's just his theory. He doesn't actually know the truth, but we've adopted it and pretended like that's real for the ever when we really don't know if
You mean
it's real.
Sir Isaac Newton?
Which
Isaac
is,
Newton is the guy that discovered gravity.
No,
Okay.
yeah, right. Theory, he's gravity.
Yeah, the apple
And
fell
then
from the
he wrote
fucking tree. And he
little
said,
thing.
What the fuck causes that to go to the earth?"
Right, but what Einstein said later is that gravity, he created gravity with the theory of relativity and why the Earth does this and why he does that.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's the rotation of the earth.
right,
His theory is that the rotation of the earth creates the gravity,
right.
which holds
But
everything
what I'm
together.
trying to say
But they've
is,
also proven, Guido, that Mars turns at 1/3 the speed as Earth does, as far as the spin is concerned. If the Earth is round, okay?
sure,
If the Earth is round, that Mars spins slower than Earth does, which creates 1/3 the gravity of which we have here on Earth.
And that could be. I am not even saying. I've never even said that the Earth is not a globe. I don't believe that I know what it is. That is my thing. Now,
Okay,
even
okay.
even Neil deGrasse Tyson went on record saying the Earth is not a sphere; it's an oblique, whatever he said. So obviously, right then and there. Now, if he's saying it's an oblique sphere, how come when they show you an official NASA picture, it's a complete fucking circle? Well, why? Why are scientists saying that it's not perfectly round, it's an oblique sphere, but when they show you pictures of it, it's a complete circle? Tell me that. Explain that, please.
Okay,
Well,
so when you're 100 yards away, you can see that this is a circle, and then as it gets in closer, it's not really a circle. It's like this.
You just made that shit up. Okay, now your answer for it. That was just some made up nonsense.
okay.
That's
My
not true.
my my answer for that is I know you're going to say that I'm I don't know, brainwashed into thinking that these pictures are real, but they're real.
They're
As
not.
far as I'm concerned, the
But they're
pictures
not.
from
But as far as you're
on when they're
concerned,
on their way
you
to
know,
Mars, they've got pictures of Earth on their way to Mars, and they're in black and white, and you can see that the light wouldn't be able to take a picture if the sun didn't reflect off of the Earth's
right. Go to NASA's website and check it. They tell you right there that they can't even get a full size picture of the Earth. It's too big. They have to do composite shots and then put it together what they think it looks like. They've said this
Uh,
since the 1980s.
no, because like I said, I seen Saturn. It's completely round, and I seen the rings around it in a telescope. And
I've seen
I
it
can
too.
tell you, I can tell you
I've
that
seen
we've got
Venus. It's
pictures of
blue
Earth
or
from
it's
that
red.
distance, from these
Okay,
spaceships.
you two astronomers, you're right. You got
I've
it.
seen Mars through a telescope.
Okay,
I've seen it.
okay.
I
I
went to
can't
the
I can't
I
argue
went
with
to
that.
a I went to an actual fucking high powered fucking telescope, and they put it right on Mars, and they put it right up there where everybody could see it. It was in my class. We
You know?
took it in
Unless
school.
unless we're all in the Truman Show, and that was a picture in the telescope for you,
Yeah.
free ride.
See,
Yeah,
there he
Listen,
goes. I'm out. Talk to you later.
hey,
No,
and
I'm
then
serious. Goodbye.
and then another
no,
thing,
don't go away.
back
Don't
to
go
the
away.
continents breaking apart.
Oh, oh no. Guido's gone.
Well, that's life in the big titty. Are you still there?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
still
still
there.
here. I'm still here. Guido, come back, man. Come back up here. Get your ass back on here. We'll talk about something else.
Can you see me? Can you see me? I'm crying.
Guido, come on. Come on back. Come on. Come on. He's still on the call. He can hear what we're saying.
Yes, I know.
He's still on the call.
I'm
Guido.
crying. They got me on that one. And,
I'll come
they
back,
got
but
me on that. I,
this is probably definitely my last week on this show
Why?
because I don't want to be ridiculed for my beliefs, and that's what's
You're
going
not.
on.
We're just trying to
And
find out why you believe that way.
yeah, it's fine.
oh,
I'm not going to discuss the topic at all anymore
Okay.
because it doesn't matter what I say. One of you have the answer back for everything, and you just have answers. You don't have no proof. Nobody will go to fucking to the NASA thing and see where it says it's not a real picture because you don't want to know. You don't. You don't want to know the truth. You want to believe that everything you're told were true.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's our beliefs too, but that doesn't mean. I mean, you believe in one thing
Right.
and we believe in another, or you don't believe in anything because you don't believe that the Earth is round or it's flat. You
I
don't know
don't
what's
I
true.
don't know what it is. Just like I don't believe in God because I don't know he exists. I want to see real proof. I don't want to see a picture that
No, and
NASA
I'm
tells is
Guido.
not
I'm
real.
agreeing with you,
I'm
dude.
with you on that. I'm with
I'm
you
with you
right
on
on
that.
that.
I mean, I nobody knows what to believe. Okay, we believe what we've seen. Okay, so I mean, what we've learned through, and maybe you're right. Maybe we all got fucking brainwashed. Maybe we were all
Yeah.
brainwashed. No, but
But
there's
I
no
just
need to
don't
get
think
upset
that
about it. We
movie.
don't give
I'm
a
not
flying fuck.
upset about it. I just don't want to have to I feel like I'm defending like my beliefs, and
I
Oh,
suggest that we need help. He needs help on his side. It's like two against one. And I was going to suggest, oh, we need your buddy to come back and help him out on this because when the continents were all together and then the animals and that if there was animals and amoebas and shit and it was forming, the earth was, coming apart. It's still coming apart. I
yeah, but the
think,
animals that were there got to a certain point and started walking sideways, right? And then because the earth was round and it was wrapped around. So they were never walking straight in that model. How do you walk straight if the whole thing's wrapped around this way? At
maybe
a
that's
certain
why we
point,
go around the racetrack left on the left, and even baseball we go around the left side, and even on the race
that could
cars
be. Hey, that could be a great explanation for it all.
go around the left.
The
Everything goes
horses
around the
always go
left,
to the left, don't they? And so do the baseball players. So do the race cars. Everything goes to the left. And that's no
and
joke. I mean,
because if you went to the right, the longer side would be first. If you go to the left, on the racetrack, the inside's this way. You'd be up
right.
this way more. It
True.
would be more dangerous.
It would be more dangerous.
I believe that's more a way of safety, not, you know.
Okay, we're going to go to another subject, okay? Let's go
no,
to a
so
different
so
subject.
when you're going, no. If you're going to the track, and you're going to go do your jogging and you're working out, like a lot of people do, what if you went to the right instead of to the or you went to the left instead of to the right, and you was running against everybody else was going this way, and you were going
Yeah,
that
but
way.
it
Well,
would.
that's because you're fucking stupid. Because
Thinking outside the box.
You
no, that's
decided to
because
run the
you
race
just
from
have an argument that
left
can't
to
win.
right,
You,
from
you've
right
got
to
an
left.
you've got an argument that can't win. I mean,
Yeah,
so
he's got
you're
his
not gonna.
argument. He's got his
His
argument.
argument is legit. Your
I
argument is legit.
respect that.
Mine is legit. We all have our own opinions on how things are, and that's all
I
there is to
respect
it.
I respect that. And I
Okay.
respect it's going to be your last show too, my brother.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah.
come on, kneescap, give
Or
him a
maybe
break.
it'll be your last show.
Who
Well,
knows?
hey, then there you so be it.
Yeah.
Nobody's last show. Stop it. Stop it.
I
Jesus,
ain't ready
I
to
knew
go
this was
though.
coming.
I ain't
Let's talk
I
about something else. Let's talk.
I ain't
Let's talk. No, stop right there. I'm
there's
gonna mute you. I'm
gonna be
gonna mute
more.
you. No, I'm muting you, man. I'm muting you. It's it. I'm gonna mute you. I said let's talk about something else, like the vaccine.
Oh,
Vaccine cures all diseases, don't it? Well, wait a minute. Before I do that, I'm gonna bring Vance in. Vance, if
Yeah.
you're ready, I'm gonna bring Vance in.
Well,
All
the
right, let's bring.
vaccine's going to be another one that's two against one. So
No, not necessarily. Vance doesn't take the vaccine either. So maybe it'll be 2-on-2. But let's talk about it. We could talk about music too. All right. Ass pimple.
yeah. See, we ganged up on old Guido there. That was a little bit.
No,
Uh,
I didn't gang up on him. I'm just
no,
saying.
I
no,
guess he felt that we ganged
I
up
don't
on him.
mind discussing my beliefs, and
Right.
with free ride, it was an easy discussion. But that's just like somebody saying they don't believe in God and making fun of God because they believe in it. It's stupid.
right?
I almost followed you, but I couldn't follow you.
I'm saying, like, what if you believed in God and I didn't, and I just said God's a piece of shit? That would make you angry, wouldn't it?
No, because
No,
that's not what the
no.
way I am. I mean, hey, what's going on? Vance is with us now.
What's
Vance,
up?
okay. So Vance, is the world round or is it flat? Or is it something else?
Who's Vance?
Vance.
Is this the radio guy that's getting bad Skype?
I'm the most hated guy in radio right now, man.
He's the most hated guy in radio. They
No,
hate you so
that's probably
fucking
still
bad,
Rush
dude.
Limbaugh.
They fucking, it's the first time in the history of KGFRocks.com that we have received hate mail. They fucking hate you, man.
Wow. Well, that's publicity, man. That's good.
Yeah, whether it's good or bad, it don't matter. That's
Hey,
publicity.
everybody hated Howard Stern in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
right.
hated Howard Stern too, so don't you worry about a fucking thing. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can take it off the chin. I'm
You
glad
know
you can
that
take
it
it
was
off.
just
You ain't no wolf man.
You hear us okay there, Jeff?
yeah, I got a bunch of things.
That's great. That's great.
All right, defend yourself.
Vance, are you there?
Yes, I think I am.
Yeah,
You
he's
are. I can hear you. You can hear me, right?
Sounds like
I'm
a Rush song.
getting the playback though. I got to figure out why that's happening.
Turn off your Wi-Fi.
Turn off your Bluetooth.
Go to the site and turn off the show on the site.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, that's where
I
you're
had
getting
the
the bit.
window closed.
Yeah.
See, now we're
You better now?
yeah, here we go. Now
Now you're cooking with oil.
Now you're cooking with gasoline.
alrighty, there we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the show.
I got it.
welcome to the show. Vance, so how does it feel to be the most hated man in radio?
It sucks. It's my pride, is bruised the hell out of.
Bruised.
I'm a musician. I'm a lead singer. I'm supposed to have all the confidence in the world, and I guess I just had a little too much. I don't know.
Well, it could have been, but you know, like I said a little while ago, it's the first time in KGF Rock's history that we've received hate mail. So
I'm honored.
yeah, you
Thank
should
you
be
to all
honored.
my haters out there.
Thank you to all the haters. Yeah.
It's really only 2 or 3 people that hate you. It was like a group effort of these 3 people, I think.
I think they all were in cahoots.
Yeah.
I think they were all.
I tell you, some of the reply. You know, I'm all about. You know, I was talking to Todd earlier today. You know, and I said being in the music business. I mean, you gotta kind of
take the good with the bad.
Right, you know, and it's a brutal business to be in. So I'm pretty, you know, at this point in my life, kind of bulletproof. But that one got me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey man,
yeah.
I
thought I was having fun and being entertaining.
And it wasn't like it was, you know, like he said before. I take it as constructive criticism, but it's not. It's just mean.
Yeah.
It's like they take their medication this morning or something. You know, they skip a day.
It's a good thing they don't write for the local paper. We'd be fucked.
You know what? You know what'd be even funnier if we found out it was a couple friends of yours.
I wouldn't doubt that one.
In the past.
It was funny though. I mean, he was telling me that a week or so before that I had like 35 listeners, and last week I had 9. And I go, well, I know all 9 of those people. I bet my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, some of her coworkers.
It takes a while. I did it for almost a year and a half before I got comfortable, you know. And the weird thing is, I came from terrestrial regular radio station to do internet radio. Like, I was more scared to do the internet radio because in the terrestrial radio, I had all the songs programmed out for me. I had when I'm supposed to talk. I had, you know, how long I'm supposed to talk for. So it was kind of regimented. Where then you get on the internet radio and it's like, just go, you know, and you got to learn all the little things. you know, it's different. It is. It's the best thing to do is listen to, you know, other DJs or even regular radio
I'm
stations.
all about learning and, you know, being, you know, improving myself. And I take constructive criticism well, but I don't know. I guess it's just the way of the world today. Everybody wants to be mad and pissed off for no damn freaking reason, man.
No, those are keyboard commandos.
Or
They
they
know
all
that
have
they,
opinions with no, they won't do it themselves.
without, yeah, you don't see them getting on the air.
It's
You
right.
don't see
It's
them
like,
getting on the
get
air.
out
That
of your
takes
mom's
balls, man. That
basement
takes
and go
balls.
get a job.
Yeah, it takes balls to get on the air. I got to tell you. I mean,
Well, yeah,
even Bexy's got balls to get on the air. You know, even
yeah,
the
well, she
female
almost made
DJs.
me think she did one night.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. Yeah, tell us that story. Tell us that story, man. That's
That was
funny as hell.
my first night doing DJing, my very first night, and I was naming off everybody's shows and what time. And I know I've been talking to Todd, and I know he said she. So I said, and don't forget Bexy on Monday. She's on, blah, blah, blah. And I get a text back from her. She's typing right now. And she said, "Who's the girl?" And I thought, oh, I really fucked up, didn't I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a girl. I just assumed. I thought, you know.
But now you got to say she, her, don't you?
Yeah. And then she came back subtly and said, "Oh, I am a girl. I'm just like, you know."
Oh, he was all freaking out. He was probably sweating and
I
shit.
thought, yeah, I did. I thought I
Oh,
fucked
fuck,
up
I
so
called this
bad.
guy a girl.
Little did I know that my, you know, I didn't screw up on that one, but you know, 4 weeks later, I found out I was.
So,
But it's all right. Yeah, but yeah, it's a learning process, and I'm, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. I've already downloaded 156 songs, 11 full albums. That's since you gave me that MP3 link
yeah.
today. And I found a bunch of my friends' local stuff here, and you know, I'm also, you know, networking. You know, I want to any original music, you know, that's not a national actor. You know, I don't care where you're from. You know, send it to me. I'll play it. But I guess it kind of sounded like I was just isolating everybody from the original show. But and I guess it can. I mean, I'm in St. Louis. If I was in California, or let's say the California gold artist.
The thing is,
totally, we don't even mind the St. Louis angle of it too. But I understand some people just want to hear a variety and a broad range of things,
Right.
you know, and it makes sense because if you listen to local music in St. Louis and then you come here to Buffalo, where I am, and listen to the local music here, it's not the same. I mean, it's really not the same. You think it would be, but it's really not the same. And it's weird how we should all be listening to more local music. I think I'm not talking about cover bands, but local original bands.
Right.
Because
Maybe one song that's their cover off their, you know, whatever their best song they think it is, and you know, maybe that one song a week or whatever. You know, that beats a blank, but
yeah,
you can't wear it out. You know, because
right. And that's what we were talking about. You know, you don't want to wear some of this stuff out. You don't want to, you know, your listeners say, "Fuck, you're gonna play that every fucking week," kind of a thing.
Right.
And
well, I was starting to, you know, like I was explaining earlier.
You don't want it to get monotonous.
The Todd, you know, like that, you know, I had like, I was starting to get to a point where, you know, and mentally in my head, I'm trying to build. I thought I was building, you know, something, you know, there was going to be staple songs that I wanted, like opening up with Eruption, you know, ending with Happy Trails. And just because all the stupid going on, you know, I just figured, you know, got to kill Captain Stupid. Well, that's got to be in there.
Well, you can do like the intro. Like I used to do the same song every time I started, and pretty much I had a end song too. I can't remember what it was, but that's a little different. Like I don't that's fine to me.
Boy, they wouldn't like KC, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is same here. We got a place in here in Buffalo called 97 Rock. It's like KC for New York. Plays the same. You can turn it on at a certain time and you'll hear Pink Floyd. I swear to God. You know, and but that's what people come to KGF to get rid of that, to get away from that shit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to make sure we do.
Yeah.
Is to take take them beyond that.
WPGC up there in New York.
I don't get that here. I think you can get it here. the biggest classic rock station here is WGRZ. It's been here since 1972, I think, and
Yeah.
they're still playing the same music that they were playing in 1972. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
that's what KC
yeah,
does now too.
yeah,
You rarely hear a new
yeah.
stuff on KC, and they're
Like they just
basically
put Guns N' Roses in.
You've got to pay she, especially if you're a local artist. There's a
for
guy.
them to play your music.
Yeah, you got to pay them like $2,000.
Right.
Yeah, for them to play your music.
Play
And
your song.
that's silly as shit. I mean, they're
And
just
here we'll play it for free.
we'll do it for
Right.
free. So
Not
hey,
only that, if you have a publishing contract with ASCAP or BMI, we'll even pay you when we play it.
Mhm.
yeah,
You know?
we're gonna even pay you because it'll go through the program, and it'll pay out. I mean,
Right, we
if you
don't pay
want
you
to get paid
directly.
for your music, come to KGF Rocks or go to online radio, because you're going to get paid for that. You're not going to get paid by these guys. They want you to pay them to play
Right.
your music.
As long
What
as
kind
you're
of bullshit
a
is that?
published song, as long as your
Remember,
song is copyrighted through ASCAP or BMI or the CSAC.
KC supports more of the tribute acts around here, the Zeppelin and the Pink
yeah,
Floyd, than they do the local guys.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
shame.
You
We
know?
yeah, it is
don't
a shame.
have anything in Buffalo either. You know, it's all the same thing. Like the rock station here that used to be the rock station is now the classic rock station. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? And then the one that claims their rock stopped playing rock like since it's 2007 is I think the newest rock. It's like there's so much new shit out there. What are you doing? You know, and I don't necessarily like all the new stuff, but here's the difference, fans. I'll tell you, new rock sucks, but new metal is not as bad. It's
The newer metal's getting better.
yeah.
What do you think about the hip hop country stuff?
Listen.
We actually do one of those songs.
I knew eventually that was coming.
Too.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I knew eventually that was coming because it only made sense because rap rock and all this. But seeing Billy Ray Cyrus in a rap video just turns my stomach, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's worse than his mullet.
Oh yeah. Worse than his
I'd rather listen to him do his thing. You know, sing your
well, that's Kid Rock kind of a thing, though. That's a Kid Rock kind of thing.
Now Kid Rock isn't just country. He's not even rap anymore. He's country.
Yeah,
you know,
he's country.
I think he was a smart man and used the music system to his advantage, so he can end up doing what he's doing now.
Oh yeah, he's doing exactly what he wants.
He got everybody thinking he was this rap guy.
Yeah, he was never. He was always that trailer country rock dude, man.
Leonard Skinner.
Absolutely, and he came up the way. It was such a smart move because he really embraced both the hip hop and rock community at the same time perfectly, you know, and then abandoned both to go to country. Yeah,
right. And then now he's leaving the country to go to that southern rock kind of a thing again. His latest adventure is more of a southern rock kind of a Leonard Skinner kind of a thing, and there's a ballad on there that's pretty good, but it's no, what's that one
I would
song
never say he's totally country anyways. He's always been more southernish rock, you know.
Southern rock.
But he's making bank. He's still making money because country fans are the only people still buying records, physical records, you know, and he's selling records. He is, and he's selling out shows.
His shows, you get beer for less at his shows because he doesn't get paid from concessions.
Right.
He said, I don't want any of your money from concessions, so your beer prices and everything comes down.
Yeah.
Because when he does his show,
$4 beers at the show I saw.
Yeah. He had $12. Well, it was a $12 beer, and now regularly it's like $16 for a beer. So
at our place, he had $4 cans.
$4 cans.
It was a regular 12-ounce can, but still $4.
$4. You can't beat that. You can drink a six pack of them nasty sons of bitch. You know.
Yeah. He's that kind of down to earth type of artist who he has every year. Well, he hasn't since COVID, but he has an outdoor fish fry, and he plays a concert. It's on his property in Detroit or in Michigan, wherever he lives, and you go down there and you have a party with him all day, and he he does deep fried Southern fish, and then he performs for you.
And
I'm
it's
like, I want that
Bon
shit.
Jovi, pay what you can.
Yeah, he makes
That's
his own
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
He makes his own beer up there in Michigan. He's got his own brand of beer.
Mm.
Don't you think it's funny though that the two biggest white rappers came from Michigan, Eminem and Kid Rock?
Wow.
No, I don't think it's
You know?
because that's Motown.
Yeah, true.
That's where Motown is from. I mean, I
No,
wouldn't doubt
but-
it. They were the answer to Motown.
Right.
Eminem was
But
the answer to Motown. He said, "Fuck
Eminem,
you, I can
he
better than
grew up
that."
in that hood.
Yeah,
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 he grew up in that hood. He
yeah.
really
They
did.
both.
He wasn't just singing that shit. He grew up in that hood.
Yeah. So there's some relativity there. There's some relative stuff there,
Yeah.
as far as that's concerned. And Detroit, I mean, speaking of Michigan, now I got to tell you all this. This is sporting news. Michigan beat Ohio in the Little League World Series today, and I watched the entire game. These kids are talented. I mean, I've seen ball players before, but they love the game. And
Yeah.
these kids were something else. Michigan beat Ohio 5-2. It was an awesome game. A kid had a one hitter going into the fifth inning.
Right.
So yeah,
Our team got beat out the other day, and it was the Torrance team from Torrance.
Torrance, California. Yeah, they got beat by Hawaii.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
New York didn't get in there. We probably got a lot of
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
they're
different
everywhere.
kind of kids
They're
there.
everywhere. The number one team to win is Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've won more championships than any team in Little League history,
Oh,
and
really?
they've won 9 times. They've got some
I
great
remember
ball
playing
players down there.
Little League. I played Little League.
I played. Niescap played Little League. I remember he played on the Oaks, and I played on the Antelopes.
I played
I played against.
I was on
hardware store.
I was on the Padres.
Yeah, the Padres. That's it. And I played for the Longhorns here in St. Louis at Southwest High School. I played baseball. So
See, here
my
you had to
freshman year.
get sponsors like for your team. Like mine was the local hardware store. It was Culp's Hardware. That's who I played baseball
Yeah.
for. I was
Yeah.
mad. My friends played for Dairy Queen. They got free ice cream afterwards.
Oh yeah, we played for Bob's Bail Bonds, man.
Yeah.
I think mine was a liquor store.
Yeah,
Yeah.
liquor store. Yeah. The local stores
Winston
all
cigarettes.
Winston
Yeah.
cigarettes. Yeah. Back in the day,
Terry
big red chewing tobacco. Yeah. Back in the
Yeah,
day.
back in the day, the Flintstones did Winston cigarette commercials. You know, it
Yeah.
was a different
Yeah.
world, and definitely.
It was a totally different world.
I think I missed that world. You know,
Tastes good like a
yes.
cigarette should.
yeah.
Who was the first Marlboro man?
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. That's right. Tom Selleck was the first Marlboro man.
He was one tough customer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh,
he
that's
was
the
a tough
Wrangler
guy.
man. That's not the Marlboro man. Here
That's
comes
the-
Wrangler.
know
Yeah,
that.
Tom Selleck, man. Tom Selleck, believe it or not, was also the very first choice for Indiana Jones in the Indiana Jones trilogy.
What's our favorite cigarette of all time? If you could afford them right now, what cigarette would you guys buy?
Mine would be
Marlboro Light.
Parliament Lights.
Parliament.
Parliament. Yeah.
You like Marlboro Lights?
I smoked the old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
See,
Yeah,
he doesn't smoke like we do, though.
No,
If you
no.
wanted to, if you wanted
Only
to
today
get
after I found out how horrible I've been.
No, you're not bad, man. You're not bad. You just
Oh,
need
I'm
to have
poking fun
time.
at
They
myself.
need to give you a break. They need to give you a break. Fuck those people.
Well,
I
the
don't
only,
give a
reason,
fuck.
the only reason
know
we
what?
even told you is so that
My
you
We
favorite
wouldn't tell you
cigarette-
if we didn't care. I mean,
Yeah,
I
my
could let it
favorite
go.
cigarette would be Benson and Hedges.
Benson and Hedges.
That'd be my
Yeah.
favorite smoke.
I think they
Those are
stopped
the
making that shit in like 1982.
Yeah. when he got
Remember
ugly.
they came out with those commercials? They had the windshield that was bubbled because
Yeah.
they were 100,
Were they the
101.
ones that had the coupons in it?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. No, that
Yeah,
was
that was-
Raleigh. That was Raleigh filters.
Was there another one too? There was two of them because my father smoked them.
They
And
give you
they
those
got 'em-
coupons. Marlboro used to give you
Yeah.
that. You used to have to
The Miles.
rip off the lid
Yeah,
and
it
send
was
in
like-
lids,
yeah.
and they'd
And
send
then
you
they had the
fucking
Marlboro
Marlboro
Miles.
boxes and lighters,
Oh, yeah,
and they
miles.
send you all kinds of shit. Okay, you got so many points, so you can pick between this, and this.
Dude, by
Camel
the time,
did that for a long time. I had a bunch of Camel dollars.
yeah, by the time I was 16, I had everything Camel put out,
Yeah.
I was
and
I
I
was
got it from
saving up
buying
for
cars.
the I was saving up for the leather bomber jacket, and like I had hundreds of and hundreds in this can. Somebody stole them. So
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
I
Wow,
mean,
I
that
remember the
sucks.
other cigarette, Bel Air. They had the coupon in it, Bel Air,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? People steal from you all the time, these scabs. So I'm thinking maybe it's a trait. Maybe it's something that's, maybe you ought to find better friends.
Yeah.
My grandma smoked a pack of yellow. They were just a yellow pack of cigarettes, and it said cigarettes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
I've seen those.
generic cigarettes. Ah, rat
And
Yeah.
shit
Shaper beer.
cigarettes.
You ever drink a Shaper beer, man?
Yeah.
You need to,
Mhm.
yeah, you need to clean yourself out. Just drink one of them, man.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me when I drank a Gobo beer. I just I don't even. It's like
I shit my
malt
brains out when I
liquor.
drank Falstaff. I used to take a big Liberty shit when I drank Falstaff.
Remember
Falstaff
the
beer
Falstaff
makes me
girl?
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember Hams, the big
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
the bear. That was pretty cool.
We
That
had
was pretty cool.
a beer
Paps,
down here
Blue
that
Ribbon.
was big.
Yeah,
Iroquois
Pabst Blue
beer.
Ribbon.
Oh yeah, Paps is that's trailer park, man. That's sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's.
Rolling
I love
Rock.
I love
Remember
Paps.
Rolling Rock?
I still drink Rolling Rock.
That's pretty good pale
Yeah.
beer.
Rolling Rock is pretty good beer. It's okay.
I
It's
like
okay.
green bottle beers. That's my thing.
I remember
Right.
taking swigs of my dad's 905.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ever
And I live
drink?
so close to Canada, I get a lot of good beers that you guys
Hey,
don't get.
There was
You
a
ever
beer
drink
called Lucky Beer, and then you take off the top, and it's got a little clue inside, a little riddle that you can
Yeah,
say
yeah,
in the cap. Remember those? Lucky.
yeah.
They were called Lucky.
Lucky. They had Red Stripe beer. You ever have
It,
Red Stripe beer?
That
And
That's like African beer, isn't it?
yeah, something like that. It's
Yeah.
Australian. I think it's Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got also Molson. What was it? Not Molson, but oh gosh, Killian's Red.
Oh, Killian's
oh
Red.
yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what we
we used
used
to
to
drink
do
Killian's Red
when
all
I
the
was a
time. That was
teenager?
good
Yeah.
beer.
When I was a teenager in the 80s, we used to go to this local like grocery store and buy a thing called a beer ball. And it was
Oh
just this
yeah,
big plastic thing. Yeah.
Miller.
And,
Yeah,
and
Miller
then we
beer
go in
ball.
the fields in the back and cut that bitch open and then just scoop the beer out, man. And that was life.
Yeah, that was great.
That was life. And then
We used
somebody
to.
would bring a guitar out and then usually get beat up because they sucked. It was like the rite of passage. If the acoustic
Oh
guitar
man,
came out and
thank
somebody
God I
played
was
it,
on radio.
oh, oh. If you played that guitar and it sucked, you got beat up. It was just how it went.
you got beat up.
Yeah. Needless to
See,
say, I never touched that fucking thing.
they had this fucking. They used to have a cooler that was shaped just for that fucking ball to
Beer
sit
ball.
in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that cooler would keep that beer ice fucking cold.
Sure. Yeah, but
And
we
we
didn't worry about that, dude. We were kids in the fields.
Yeah,
Didn't matter
yeah,
how
oh
cold
yeah.
it was. That shit was gone in about a half hour anyway.
Well, me and my friend Gary, he's gone now. Me and Gary, we used to buy two of them, and
Right.
we'd go out in the woods out by Arnold where I live now, and there was this place we used to all go and party up at Cliff Cave.
Mhm.
And we used to go up there and party, and we'd tell everybody about it. We're having a party, blah blah blah, and we'd take two of those beer balls out there, and we'd sell them for $1 a beer, and we
Right.
made all of our money back plus about $25.
That's
And of course,
awesome.
that bought a lid. That get us a lid, and we had weed for the whole fucking night. So we
Yeah,
were
but
rocking.
now
Was that on
I don't think
hot
they sell
days,
them
or
anymore.
because you could stuff your beer in the snow out there in the wintertime and just
Well,
lay
yeah,
off.
but this is summer though. This is in the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
This
but
is summer.
they don't make them anymore, I don't think. At least not
No,
here in New York State.
no, I don't think they do. I don't know if they make a beer ball anymore either. That was what was it, Miller Lite or was it Miller?
Well,
I think it was Miller Lite.
there was a bunch of different ones because we had a local brand that had it, and we had Bud Light, I think, had it too.
Bud Light.
There might have been, who knows? Maybe every beer had it, depending on what regency or area they were in,
Right.
because like we have a beer here called Tennessee beer, and that was our beer ball mostly, which it tastes like ass, so you really don't want it.
Right.
I mean,
Tastes
it
like
tastes
ass.
like ass. It's fucking horrible. It's just, I don't even know
Okay.
why
know-
it's
Okay.
still around.
Talking about alcohol, Rosie O'Grady wine.
What the fuck is that?
Rosie O'Grady is some of the worst. You ever have Thunderbird?
Bird.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bud Light, just like that. Yep,
Yeah,
yep. And they had a tube that would go down in there, and
yeah.
the other tube would only be about 1/3 the size, and it would
That was
stick in
the
the
air.
other hole.
Yeah.
And then that one would push air down into the bubble and force the beer
Mhm.
up through the other one. Yep, yep. That was pretty cool. That was pretty good. But okay, Rosie O'Grady wine. You've never heard of that. You've heard of Thunderbird wine,
I heard of Thunderbird. Yeah.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God, I went blind on that. Blind.
That shit is will fuck and don't puke because everything will turn purple.
The worst thing,
Everything will turn purple.
Cisco, dude. Cisco.
Cisco.
It tastes like fucking orange peels, first off. Just like you're chewing on orange peels. And I swear to God, it was acid because I was tripping balls after drinking that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. MD 2020 and all that good shit was like, hey,
Speaking
I
of
don't
that,
know.
that's all stuff that you would buy in the hood. Now, I
Right.
came across this video today called the Hood Olympics Crate Challenge. Now, listen to this. These crazy people, not just kids, but kids and adults in the ghettos, are getting those milk crates from the stores and stacking them up to all the way up to like 6 feet in the air, 5 feet in the air, and then they're walking up them and walking down the other side. Well, trying to at least. Only about 5% make it across. They're fixing their legs off fucking concrete and shit. And all you gotta do is go on to Twitter and put in crate challenge, and you'll see it. It's insanity. It's ridiculous. And you, I saw this guy's like wrist just, it was like hanging down here and shit. It was horrible. I don't know why
Yeah.
people would want to do that, but
I don't
weed,
get it either.
weed and liquor makes you do some crazy motherfucking things.
Oh
I
yeah.
was so stoked one time, we played Tarzan, jumping off garages into fucking pools and shit. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I was getting ready to ask, has anybody ever jumped off a roof into a pool before?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I jumped off a roof, but there wasn't no pool.
Well, yeah. That
I
was
got
probably
caught. I was
jumping out the
9
window.
years old.
That
and
explains a lot there,
I
Vance.
got
That
caught by the
explains a lot.
neighbor, and he pointed at me, and just out of fear, I just jumped off, and I went.
Uh, uh, uh,
Did you
yeah.
break a leg?
It was a little ranch one, man, but thank God it wasn't. But yeah,
You ever broke any bones? Anybody broke any
Oh, yeah.
bone?
Broken toes?
I've never really broken. I broke my finger once, but that's about it. And stitches
I
I've
broke
got.
a finger. I dislocated a finger. I dislocated two fingers at the same
I've
time.
got
My
stitches
two middle fingers.
about 9 billion times.
Yeah, I broke my heel.
These two
Ooh.
here
I did
on my
that.
left hand.
That sucks.
Ooh, that
Dislocated
hurts.
at the outside knuckle. It took
Yeah.
me 10 days to get over that son of a bitch. That hurt like hell. It was
I
black and blue all the way up my hand, up my arm and shit. It was horrible. It was
Remember
horrible.
as a kid playing football,
Yeah.
and you got to catch it, and you always get your thumb jammed. Oh,
Yeah.
I just did it
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had
I
that happen.
dislocated my finger when I was trying to masturbate in a motorhome.
Holy shit, was it
Yeah.
moving?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
wasn't fun. Yeah.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't
No.
pretty either, I bet.
No. Yeah. No, it wasn't, because I was on a trip with my
Very
girlfriend's
close to that one.
family. And
Uh,
yeah. I had to go out there. How did you break? Yeah. You don't want to know.
yeah.
So you
Masturbate.
just broke your finger.
Yeah. Well, not broke it, like dislocated it, sprained it, whatever.
I
It wasn't broke.
dislocated my shoulder. Yeah, how I did that was I was coming off these steps. There's these steps that are off of a mobile home, and they were ice covered, and I was fucked up. And I went whoop and went airborne feet went up over my head and came down and landed on my elbow and
Yeah.
dislocated my shoulder up to here. So I
Mm.
had to go to the hospital for that, and so they had to pull that out. Well, the morphine was good for that one. That was good morphine there.
Morphine's good
That
for
that
any.
shit must have been from Afghanistan. That's some good shit there, man. That, so now the we're killing innocent sheep herders instead of what is it called, ISIS K. Now they're calling it ISIS K. What are they? Special K?
Yeah, special
What are they?
K.
Special K? I mean, come on. They
That's
kill
their
a couple of
that's their
sheep herders and
CIA
say, "Oh,
code.
this is the planner. This is the guy that planned it." How the fuck do you know?
Mm.
Yeah, they don't know. I
The
know the guy.
Taliban's telling them, right? The Taliban is sharing this information. They blew up a car today, said it was full of explosives. This guy was going to ram it into the gate at the airport. So they took a drone and they knocked it out. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. Who's giving you this information?
Right.
You
Where
want
are
to
you
you want
getting
to
it?
see the guy who's running it?
There he is. There
There
he
he is.
is. There's my buddy.
Hey,
There's
it's
our buddy.
Walter.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Great
looks
guy
like the
for
Joker.
me
Look at
here.
that smile. Where
Yeah.
does he get all these wonderful toys? Fucking pedophile. Anyway, now you know my views on the whole fucking subject. But they're gonna kill people on a whim.
Right.
No wonder they hate us.
Everybody hates us, dude. We're like the most hated country in the world, and that's that goes against everything we were ever taught. We were always taught that we were the best nation. Everybody loves us. Everybody
Yeah,
wants to be here. No,
yeah.
it's the farthest from the truth. It really is. It's like terrible.
We're horrible people over here. We're horrible people. We're just horrible.
Yet,
Stay
yet
away. Stay the fuck
they
away.
all
But
want
yet
to
again,
come here. Yet they
yet
all
again,
want to come here and live.
yeah.
Well,
By
they
the
want
end
to
of the
come here
year,
because we give them the world when
yeah,
they
we
come.
give it away. They get more rights than the regular citizens do.
If I want to start a business, I gotta fucking go start a business and earn it and pay
Well, then it
taxes.
must
You
be a
know,
pretty good country. Then you would think that they would think.
Oh yeah. Then
but
no
they
wonder they
but
want to come here. It's no
they
wonder
don't
when they get shit away. I
they
mean,
don't.
think about
You know,
it. By the end of the year,
but have you ever noticed like terrorism? It really only happens in the Christian countries, the
right?
UK, America, Italy. Those are all
Germany.
Germany. Those are all Christian countries. So
Yeah,
it's all about religion, is what it really is.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. Just like John Lennon said, let's give peace a chance, man. It sounds so stupid, but it makes so much fucking sense. It's like
Why do you gotta hate? Why you
yeah,
gotta hate? And they hate us, man.
they
They
do.
don't dislike us. They hate us.
Yeah.
They hate us. And
And it's
and I
because
think
they think
by the
we
end of
all
the year,
believe in
if
Christ.
we were that bad, why would by the end of the year there's going to be 2 million migrants come into this country. 2 million are going to come into this country.
I
If
hope
we're
they're
so fucking bad,
vaccinated.
huh?
I hope they're vaccinated.
They're not. They're
Yeah.
not. You don't see the Afghan now. Granted, 80% of the Afghans you see in these fucking little gathering centers in Germany and over there in fucking what's it? They're not wearing masks, and 80% of them are males.
Yeah. Did you see
That
that
bothers me.
the Taliban outlawed the
yeah, a
vaccine?
little bit.
The vaccine,
Yep.
yeah, it's Satan. It's
Yep.
Satan. It came from Trump.
Yep. They outlawed the vaccine. Well, no, see, I don't know because they really did make that deal with Trump and they stuck to it. But the problem
Yeah,
is our current president took the
back.
military out before he took the military out before he took out the equipment and the civilians.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take everything out before you take out the army? I don't get it.
Made no sense.
It made no
Made no
sense.
sense. No
It's
sense at
like
all.
common sense. Let's get the civilians and all our military equipment out of here and let the military protect that until it's all gone.
It's part
No,
of
Right.
the plan.
they took the soldiers out and then it was free for all for the Taliban.
Yeah. Had he followed Trump's plan, we'd have had everybody out of there. He'd have set a date. All he had to do was set a date and say, okay, you need to be at Bagram Air Force Base on this date. If you're not here by then, you're on your own.
Right.
And set a firm fucking date. Say, you've got to be on that base by then, or you're going to miss the boat.
Yeah,
But
well,
to put our troops in harm's way the way he did was to put us in the center of Kabul, surrounded by tribes like Custer was.
yeah. And you know what? Frost my
horrible.
balls is if Trump did this, he would be the most horrible man in the world. You know,
Oh, yeah.
they're not
Well,
even
they're trying to
covered.
blame him anyway.
Oh yeah, they are. But that's the best thing to do is because the people that are against Trump already believe everything they say anyways. You know,
Right.
It's like people don't have their own mind anymore. They
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. It's just
They
like
can't.
we were talking about it before the show tonight. Just like he's making money off of the vaccine. Wait
Right.
a minute. The government's paying for the vaccine.
Right.
The government. I didn't pay for mine. I got it for free. I got the vaccine for free. It didn't cost me anything. My insurance company didn't even have to pay for it. But my
Right.
insurance company knows I got the vaccine. They know.
Listen, everybody connected to a medical computer knows you got the vaccine.
Yeah.
If you got the
everybody
vaccine, government knows. There's a lot of people that know it. You're in a database.
But
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's not that, it's the stock in it, and that's what they got. They
Right,
bought into
Moderna.
the stock of it, you know.
Yeah, the Moderna and all that. Well, yeah, if you didn't, you're a fool.
Right. And
He just only he had the money to invest, so why not?
And I'm
You
sure
can make
he's
a
not.
buck off.
If he did, I'm sure he's not the only politician or rich
No.
person that did too.
No.
I
No,
guarantee you, Bill
Pelosi
Gates'
did.
money.
Pelosi's husband did. I guarantee you.
Bill
I guarantee you,
Gates.
he invested. Bill Gates invested in fucking Moderna
Biden
and
did too.
Pfizer.
They all, yeah.
You wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if they said Anthony Fauci was the biggest stockholder in all of it. You know.
Yeah, he probably is. I wouldn't doubt that. But it's all hidden from us. It's hidden from our view, and we'll never know for sure.
You know.
So, what do you think, Vance? Did
But
you
you know
take the
what?
vaccine?
Did I? Yeah, I reluctantly did, but now that they're talking about this booster crap, it's like I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
The first shot kicked my ass for 2 days. The second shot didn't do anything to me yet.
Oh, that's why. It's because you had it. You already had it.
But I already
had it.
I had COVID before COVID came here. I know I did. I was sick and nobody knew what it was.
I was sick in February and nobody knew what it was.
My wife
4 days.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. But I think if you already
I got
had
sick on the second shot. I took the first Pfizer and then I took the second one, and I got sick for 2 days. And now they want me to take a third one, which, I'm a little skeptical about it because a vaccine is supposed to eliminate the disease. And so far I've hit 2 shots and it hadn't eliminated this disease from me, so it's just really just a goddamn safety shot. It's like the flu shot every year, what are you trying to tell me?
What they're saying, dude, is that these Delta variants are causing it. There's no Delta variants.
So
they don't have
every
the
8
right
months I got to take a new shot. This is upsetting, I mean.
Well, John Heller, my guitar player, he did both the vaccine shot several months ago, and just about a month ago, he still got COVID.
Yeah.
That's
what
they're breaking. It's breaking through. It's breaking through.
That's what I don't understand. If you could still get the shot, then why does it matter that I don't get it if I get it or not? Okay, the way I look at it is, if a woman has the right to choose to have an abortion because it's her body, her right, then I have the right to choose if I get the vaccine or not. And they're making it where I don't have a choice. Pretty soon, I'm not going to have
double standards in the world, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's quite a few double standards.
It makes no sense to me because it's like, if everybody in the world got the vaccination and I was the only person that did it, then how can I get all you sick if you already have it?
Well, we're going to stop on this show. just for this show, we're going to stop calling it the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. We're going to call it the COVID shot.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's not a vaccine. A vaccine eradicates a disease, gets rid of it. See ya.
Right.
You're out of here. No more whooping cough. No more fucking polio. No
No
more
chicken
smallpox. No more
pox.
tuberculosis.
My wife
know?
had a COVID test today. She's getting ready to have a lumpectomy Wednesday. Yep,
Oh, okay.
breast cancer. She had to get that, go drive through, and they, poor thing, it broke my heart. They had to stick this damn thing all the way down, and she's down there screaming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She doesn't look,
it's
she's
terrible.
totally dead set against taking it right now. You know, she.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
scary.
I was too, but I'm around so many people all the time, and my grandson. So I thought, and my mom talked me into it, and she got an earful from me in a polite way. You know, when I got the first shot, I said, "Thanks, Mom." I feel
Yeah,
like
I did it under duress. I did it
I
under
almost thought I was
duress.
full of crap.
You know,
I did it under duress as well. My wife, she said, Todd, you got to get it. And I said, why? You got COVID. I said, all right, I'll get the Johnson & Johnson, but I'm not going to double dose it. She
Yep.
said, that's fine, as long as you try. And I
Pfizer.
said, okay,
My wife's a nurse and tells me if I get it, I'm a stupid motherfucker.
fine. Your wife's a
Yeah,
nurse. Yeah, my wife's a nurse too.
I
and
know.
insurance,
Are they making her
insurance
do it, though?
shouldn't cover you either.
Not
I
yet.
think if you haven't been vaccinated, then the insurance shouldn't cover you either.
If
Why?
you get sick. Why? The government's paying for all the COVID patients. You don't
That's
have to pay a dime.
that's like saying if you
Yeah, but
didn't
if
vote
you
for
get it,
Biden,
you don't,
talk
and
shit.
you don't, you know, if you don't have the vaccine, then you're not trying. And if you had it and got it, then they'll pay for that. But if you didn't get the vaccine because you're fighting it and you get the disease, then they shouldn't have to pay for it. You
What, do we
should
live
pay
in
your
Russia
own.
now? Do we live in
That's
Russia
then-
now?
the
And
vaccine
then we could
wanted
just
to do
we
this.
could
Do
just
we live in
use the mask
Russia now?
all
Do you like
together.
communism? Do you like communism?
No, and then we can lose the
Do you
mask
like
all
communism?
together. And if
That's what it
you
is.
Do you like
if you haven't
communism?
gotten vaccinated, then that's on you.
Do
And
you
it's
like
your prerogative, and that's freedom. And if I get my
That's
vaccine,
not freedom. That's communism.
oh,
Freedom is when you're saying that they're not going to pay for my health care because I didn't get vaccinated. That's communism
Or at least socialism.
or
They can
socialism.
literally heal cancer, but they don't because it's a monopoly.
Oh, they can totally heal cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
They can
totally.
deal the common cold. That's what the COVID virus is, the common cold. It's a severe common cold is exactly what it is. And they already know nobody's catching colds. Nobody's getting the flu.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because people are washing their hands and they're wearing a mask and the flu is
It's
not.
the first thing you said is the most important thing. The washing the hands. That's more important than wearing the mask.
Mhm.
Washing your hands.
Washing your
people
hands
never-
is very
People
important
never did that enough before this scare happened.
because people
Okay.
always do this shit with their hands.
Right.
And
People
don't
always
forget
do
what
shit
Fred
with their hands.
Sanford said too.
And they touch
Or
your
Rick
nuts and shit. You know, you got an itch, you got to scratch your nuts.
Yeah.
You
for
know,
once,
you wipe your
for
ass.
once,
Red
Guido
Fox.
made me stand down on one.
He got you. He got
You
you.
did good. You did good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
For once.
socialism. We don't want socialism. You have a right
No.
to choose whether or not you get that fucking vaccine.
And that's what
No
I said.
matter what.
If I die, I die. That's my choice.
His
That's
choice.
my choice. And I don't think by me not getting it, I'm going to affect any of you three if we all lived in the same house. I shouldn't. If the four of us lived in the same house,
Do they bury you in a nice coffin too, and give you a good funeral when you die
Yeah,
from
fuck
Corona?
yeah. No,
No, they should-
Your insurance will pay for that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got life insurance.
they better pay for that. I've been paying for that life insurance for 22, 23 years. And my military life insurance better kick in that shit too.
Yeah.
Because you know
Yeah.
why? I'm a gun-toting, red-blooded American, and the Constitution says I'll be protected no matter what. And that's, no matter what choices I make. None. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you need to get a vaccination because the government thinks you need one.
Yeah.
Because that would be Adolf
Right,
Hitler.
Well, it used to
that would be forcing you to get a vaccine, huh?
When did it stop? When did they stop forcing parents to show proof of vaccination at schools?
Oh no, they could. No, that's still a thing. but that's a different thing. That's a government-funded institution. If you go to a private school, you don't need to have that.
Ah,
Rich
okay.
people don't need to show vaccination, and they don't need to get their kids vaccinated because they don't have that policy. But anything that's funded by the federal
Public schools.
government requires it.
Public
So,
schools.
yeah. So public schools, you have to show vaccination. And there's a big thing about that because people, I don't know if I'm like Scientologists and stuff that don't believe in vaccinations and stuff like that are being forced to, but their religion, maybe not the Scientologists, but there's certain religions that are against vaccinations. Total, 100%, all of them, every single one, and I'm not against every single vaccination because the chickenpox vaccine showed to be worked. It worked. The polio vaccine showed that it worked. The measles, mumps, and rubella shot showed that it worked.
And don't put it past the federal government to fuck us on this vaccine too.
Right.
Because remember the Tuskegee experiment? Okay.
Sure. With
the African Americans and syphilis.
Yeah.
And the LSD experiments on troops in Vietnam. What else? I mean, there were several different experiments that the government did without people knowing. Oh, right. Radiation.
Yeah.
They would inject you with fucking uranium.
Well, I'm not saying there's anything in it. I don't know, right? But what I'm saying is I don't know what's in it. And now that the FDA said they approve it, but they're not going to show their results until 5 years from now, makes me even more skeptical.
Yeah. Well.
Because if you're okay in this vaccine or shot for public use, why won't you release the research data that you have? Why?
Right.
What's in there that you don't want us to know about?
That's
for
true.
5 years. So that makes me even more skeptical now.
Yeah,
and it's scary. It's scary. It's just a scary thing. I don't know what's in there. I'm not saying they're putting chips in there or this or that because whatever. I don't know that. But I don't know what's in there.
Okay, and it comes to moving on. Now that we're done with the vaccines and shit, this John F. Kennedy story is coming back to the surface about the Cuban Missile Crisis, where it was all fucking fake.
It was.
It was all a setup. It was all to make him look great.
Yep.
The Cuban Missile Crisis, even though they failed at the Bay of Pigs. They failed at the Bay of Pigs, and his number plummeted. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then when the missile crisis happened, that shot his approval rating up above 55%.
Right, but they also wanted to invade Cuba.
He wanted to invade Cuba.
No, not him. He stopped invading Cuba. They were going to invade Cuba. He saved Cuba from being a war zone. And I think that's part of the reason why he got shot. The other big reason I think he got shot was because he said, and you can find the video of him saying this, that he wants to take the CIA and splinter it into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
And the CIA is like, you ain't fucking getting rid of us. And
oh yeah, I wouldn't put it past J. Edgar Hoover. I wouldn't put it past J. Edgar Hoover to kill him.
I mean, no, that was the FBI.
He was a trip.
It was Alan Dulles.
You okay there, man? The driver was driving, and he went like this and shot him from right here, real quick. The driver.
That makes more sense.
It's on camera. It's on camera.
Well, that makes more sense than that Lee Harvey Oswald did it from the book depository. That makes a lot more sense. Again, it's one of these things that we'll never know the truth on, but I don't think that Lee Harvey Oswald was I don't think he was the murderer because he was killed right away. I mean, boom, done.
Nevertheless, the guy got shot in the skull, and but today they're going to start that. They're going to turn this ass way around for you guys, and Biden's going to be awarded some kind of award for getting us out of this mess. Watch and see. This is set up.
It's all set up.
Oh, I don't disagree with you on that. Yeah,
Lord, hallelujah! Biden saved us. After
he saved us again.
Up. Yeah.
It was the
Oh,
right move. It was the right. You're already starting to hear it. You're already starting to
yeah,
hear it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the right move. Biden made the
Yeah.
right move. You're already starting to hear the bullshit.
Well,
This is getting more fun every day. It's like a
well,
roller coaster ride.
the lamestream media will do whatever the handlers for this whatever agency is giving them their information tells them to say. If you put on every local news in the whole city of America, it'll sound like you watch the same news broadcast from your city, but you're watching mine
Right.
because they all talk about the
The
same
same.
fucking thing.
They all
Oh,
have the same talking points
right,
all the
right.
time.
And
All the
Yeah.
at
time.
the same time, sometimes I've watched videos where they
Dan,
time lapsed and
Vance is
showed.
sitting there. Vance is sitting there looking around, going do 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 do.
I'm
Biden
looking
is
from
time.
this screen to that screen and
Yeah,
kind
and
of out of my league in this conversation.
So what do you think, man? Who killed Kennedy?
I don't know what
The driver,
that makes perfect sense to me now that you think about it.
you
he
know who
Yeah.
went
was
just like this. He went just like this.
But
Boom.
what about the guy that was sitting in the front seat with him? He got shot and it went
He
through.
shot him too, probably. He fucking
well,
shot him
they
from
said
this
That's
side.
that magic
it
bullet.
makes more sense to me
Shot
that there's more than
side.
one shooter.
They've distinguished it. I thought
Yeah,
it.
because
Uh,
he turned around and shot him. If the driver turned around and shot him, and that's why he grabbed his neck like this.
uh,
Kennedy grabbed
And
his throat like this.
and then Jacqueline jumped on the trunk to grab a piece of the skull
Mm.
because the chunk of the skull flew out onto the trunk of the car. And then so Jacqueline Kennedy grabbed that chunk of skull because it came from the front seat and skull fucked him right there. And
Mm.
that's where a chunk of his brain fell off, and his wife grabbed that.
I might agree with your theory on his shot or the first
I'll be
shot.
looking at some videos tonight.
Yeah, but I think there was more than one shooter because the people in the front were shot pretty quickly. You know, like I'm saying there was some more people than they
Yeah.
say it was.
I,
And here's
on
another
grassy knoll for
person.
sure.
Here's another person that's tied heavily to the Kennedy assassination, and that's our first president, George Bush.
Yeah.
He's said they say he was there. He was in the CIA at the time. They've got photos of him there and all this other stuff. And I think he was part of the whole coup along. You got to remember, the vice
Lyndon
president.
Johnson.
That was
Lyndon
his
Johnson
home
was
state,
good
man.
friends. He was good friends.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and they were killed. He was killed in Johnson's territory, where in Dallas they were more Democratic than they were Republican, like the rest
Yeah.
of Texas. You know,
Yeah.
so if you look at all the anomalies, it's weird to think that Lee Harvey Oswald was
There's
the
a
lone.
lot of reasons why they wanted him dead. First of all, Kennedy did not want to get involved in Vietnam. He wanted to stay the fuck out of it. He wanted to stay the fuck out of it. And Johnson was good friends with who's that rich guy, the aviator,
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes owned diamond mines and fucking natural gas wells in South Vietnam. And he said,
Yeah.
no, you're not letting them take that. And that's a shitload of tax money you're going to fucking give up.
Right.
And so that was one reason. Another reason was the whole thing with wanting to split up the intelligence agencies into different pieces, which they already have.
Right.
They actually have.
Well, they have, but no, he wanted to get rid of the CIA completely. He
Yeah.
wanted to. He said they were an evil organization. He said this right in a speech, and I think what happened was when Johnson got in as president, that's when
Your mic is fucking up.
the shadow government. And I know. Am I good? I'm like all frozen too. There I am.
Yeah.
I was
you're
frozen.
locked up.
Yeah,
Repeat
but
what
I
you
think
said.
when Johnson got in, that's when the shadow government got in, like the bad people,
Yeah.
you know, the control. It was Johnson, fucking even Richard Nixon, who I thought was a good president, found out he's not. You know, I think the only two presidents since Johnson that tried to help America were Trump and Reagan, and that's
Yeah.
it. That's it. That's all I can think of. Everybody else was always foreign aid, foreign this, foreign that.
What
Fuck
about
America. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's
You
get
know,
involved in foreign wars. Let's get
right.
involved in all this shit. And Trump said,
Mhm.
"No, I'm bringing them all home." He was
Right.
what about Perot? Remember
who?
him? Perot when he was
Perot, yeah, he
Perot
would have
was
been
a
good. Yeah,
he,
he was a different. He was one that wasn't bad. He would have got in. He would have been, Donald Trump, like how Donald Trump
yeah.
was. And
yeah, but
I wish.
being an independent, you're never gonna win.
Yeah, but do you find it funny that George Bush, the last George Bush, and Bill Clinton are like best friends? They're like really fucking good friends. They hang out all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Why? I don't get that. And he hangs out with Barack Obama. That's the other side, man. you
yeah,
know, and
and he
it's
doesn't say anything either. He
no,
doesn't say
no,
anything. Yeah, he won't say nothing about nobody. He don't give a flying fuck.
no,
You know,
no. He was funny though. George W. was funny, man.
he
He
was
was
pretty funny.
he was
He had some
funny. I
funny
mean,
moments.
he could have been a real comedian. He really could have been a comedian. He
Yeah, he could
was
have.
said some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard any person say.
Yeah,
Well, with the exception of
underestimated.
our current president, he said the stupidest shit ever.
He's something else. But anyway, did want to let you all know that the former drummer of Iron Butterfly, passed away today. He died of cancer. He was 79 years old.
Man.
They keep dying on us, man. They keep dying on us. Charlie Watts, another drummer, died on us.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, Charlie
yeah,
Watts is
And
so
the
disappointing.
drummer of April Wine did not die, but somebody else told me that.
told me, yeah, that's what I heard.
I think people are set. That was no.
I think they're setting you up to fail, dude. You
Yeah.
got to stop taking the advice. See, they're the fake news. I'm the real news.
Charlie Watts, though, that kind of I was kind of sad about that. Charlie Watts was the coolest motherfucking drummer ever. He
I
just
love the
sat
way
there
he
and just,
dressed. Yeah, yeah,
no emotion, nothing. Just played the drums.
yeah. And even what's his name, Mick, even said in the process of writing songs that he was the backbone of every
Mhm.
song they did. He was the
Sure.
total backbone of every song they ever did. So he said we would not be the Rolling Stones if it wasn't for Charlie Watts. And that's all.
No. And now
That's
there's still
true.
3 original Stones left. That's a good run for them. I mean, their first original member, Brian Jones, died in '60, but this is the next one that died.
Right.
So of the original
They've
5,
they've gone without certain members. They fucking Ronnie Wood and all them guys have left and come back, and
yeah.
people leave and come back, and
Bill
they're
Wyman's
still
still
the Rolling
kicking.
Stones.
Bill Wyman's still there. He just doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Bill Wyman. Yeah,
Charlie Watts always used to say after every tour that he was quitting. And at the end
Yeah.
of the tour, I quit. And
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Mick would say, "No, you got to come out one more time." I love the suits he wear. He'd wear these fucking really cool suits.
He was cool. He was just a cool
He was a
dude.
pimp. He was a pimp,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, he was. He was
And
a
he
trip.
had like I played drums a little bit when I was younger, but he inspired me a little bit. He was just a tight beat drummer. Like it was just this tight little beat that wasn't really hard, but it wasn't as easy as you thought. He
No,
had a little
no.
bit of.
Well,
you probably
Ringo.
never played his beats the right way if you're a drummer. You probably it sounds like it, but you probably didn't play it the way he did. And he goes with like Ringo Starr for me too. Ringo Starr played a right-handed kit, left-handed, and sounded different than anybody else. That's because of the way he had to play. And nobody can play a Beatles song like him.
Ringo Starr was the first one. Brian Epstein put microphones
slick?
in his bass. They said, let's put microphones in his bass
Right.
and cue up his drum kit with microphones.
Yeah.
And they were the first ones to do that. And he had his own track. A lot of drummers shared a track with the bassist
Right.
for the longest time,
Oh,
forever and ever.
most in most cases, yes.
Yeah. And so they would line that in the same track as the bass, but then when they gave him a separate track, it made a totally different sound.
Mhm.
It brought the song tighter. It made the song tighter.
The thing about the Beatles is that it's one of the few bands I think in history where you did hear every instrument. You heard Paul's bass line, you heard George's riffs, you heard it all. Nothing was buried in the mix.
No, that's true.
It was all there, if you listened, and that all goes to George Martin, in my opinion.
Yeah, George Martin made the sound real, and he made it.
Just a great.
I think
Who
he,
would have thought to give a classic? He was a classical music producer before he met the Beatles. He
yeah,
produced classical music, and then he produced the the biggest selling boy band of all time. I
well,
mean,
I consider them a band, not necessarily a boy band, but they uh, uh, they were something else, and they knew it too. Even
right.
towards the end, they knew it. You
Well,
know,
they
they said,
played on that rooftop and concert, and they didn't miss a beat. Them guys
No,
are just together. That's all.
the
That's
big
all.
yeah,
fur coat. Remember the
They
big
didn't
fur
need
coat?
any very much mixing because they were on time, man.
No, they
You
were.
could hear every instrument. Yeah.
They weren't the greatest musicians, but they were good with each other, and they were
polished. They
they
were
played it the perfect way that they could, and I don't think that's why they all had success on their own. But everybody says, Paul and John wrote all the songs, but Paul and John on their own, the songs still weren't the same because of what you didn't have Ringo and George's part in there either,
right.
and they wrote just as much of that music as John and Paul did,
They
in
had
my opinion.
ideas. Don't tell me they didn't have
Sure,
ideas. They
absolutely,
just
change the
they
riff, whatever,
yeah. They
and I
had their
think,
ideas. Ringo would throw shit in that would just say, "Oh yeah, let's try that," and
right.
okay, that sounds better.
I
So I'm
mean,
sure that
who
Ringo had
cares?
plenty of input,
He's got over $600 million, and he played drums for a few years in the '60s.
right?
I
Yeah,
mean, that's fucking retarded. It's so ridiculous to think, that
He's worth six
after
hundred million.
yeah, I think he's like 600 million. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well,
between five and
Paul is
600. Yeah, Paul's a
Paul.
billion, almost a billion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a billionaire.
and I think they
Paul's a billionaire.
said Yoko was worth about 800 million or
Yeah,
750 million,
Sure
that's
would
what
which was
John.
yeah,
singing.
Yeah,
yeah,
and she's still getting the royalties from John Lennon
sure.
music on the radio. They
Mhm.
still get royalties from
She gets
sales
all
and
the
stuff.
Beatles royalties, all the Lennon royalties. It's all hers
It's
until
all
she
her.
dies. It's all hers. Yep.
Yep.
And she gives Julian nothing and gives Sean everything.
I think
Okay,
she's
so
lucky. I think John would have dumped her eventually here.
Probably.
I think so. He probably would have.
I mean,
Now, question
he
I
died
have
right
is,
after his 40th birthday. I mean, he was getting into that midlife crisis mode.
yeah, George died in 2002, I think.
Yeah.
2001, 2002. Oh no, wait, 2004. He died in 2004.
Right.
No,
It was early
uh,
2000s.
early 2000s. Okay, and John was killed in 81.
Yeah.
Okay, so had John not been murdered and lived to the 90s, do you think there would have been a reunion?
Yes. By that time, absolutely, because they would have seen the Grateful Dead playing stadiums like that. They would have seen the Stones playing stadiums like that. They would have seen all their guys that they were playing
And
with
the
back in the day.
technology and the
Right.
technology
And the
had
technology.
advanced, because
Yeah.
that's what John's biggest feedback was about
Right.
going live again, was we don't have the technology to do our music.
Sure.
We can't
Especially in the
play
90s, the
Strawberry
concerts like that
Fields.
were huge. The Stones were selling out stadiums in the 90s. The Grateful Dead were
Paul,
selling out
Paul
stadiums.
McCartney by himself was
Right.
selling out stadiums
I
in the
mean,
90s.
the Beatles would have jumped on that by the 90s because just because music would have changed. Look at Paul McCartney dropped off from pop star status after 88. He no
Yeah,
longer, was relevant anymore like he
right.
was. So by that time they would have been like, yeah, let's fucking do this. Maybe make an album, but definitely they would have done a tour.
Yeah, well, they did an album in '92. What was it? The that retrospective album they did, and
Oh,
then they
that
had a
was
couple of
late.
new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
with Free as a
yeah,
Bird.
"Free as a Bird,"
Yeah.
and yeah, and those were John Lennon songs that they
Right.
took and finished. They
Yep.
actually finished the songs. But Paul got rights to them. It was John
Yeah.
Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. Paul Lennon got a taste of, or Paul Lennon. Paul McCartney got a taste of his own medicine though when his best buddy Michael Jackson stole all his royalties under his,
yeah,
bought
under the
out the Beatles
Beatles.
royalties.
Well, he got them all back now. He's got
Yeah.
them all back
Yeah, he had
now
to
because
buy him from the Jackson family.
from the Jackson household, and they were going broke, so they had to sell them. So they
Mm.
sold them, and so they made money on that too. They
Yeah.
made a shitload of money on it.
Well,
So
speaking of that, the Red Hot Chili Peppers just sold the rights to their music
Wow.
to some publishing company for $110 million.
wow, hey, talk about shitting in tall cotton for
Yeah.
music, for Christ's sake.
Mhm.
Dance, you're a day late and a dollar short, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're worth at least, like, I know Anthony Kiedis is well over 100 million, and so is Flea, and so is John the drummer. They're all worth over 100 mil, and then their guitar player who has the heroin problem that can never show up and quits all the time. He is not worth like 30 mil or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, he's the whole reason I like the Chili Peppers too.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
his
he's talented as hell.
eccentric playing, and he's a heroin junkie. I don't know. I was never
There's a
a
lot of those
heroin.
out there, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of those out there. Stupid people.
stupid people.
Stupid
Well,
people on heroin.
stupid mistakes.
Keeping the Taliban alive. That's what you're doing. When you use hard
Probably.
narcotics, you're keeping the cartels and the terrorists in business. If you use hard drugs.
Yeah, Anthony Kiedis is worth $150 million
150. Okay. Well, that might be
Yeah.
because he just sold the catalog now too.
as of November. Where is it? It's like November. It's taking its time pulling up. Is November.
2020.
Oh no, in May 20. Oh, May 2021. Yeah, High Red Hot Chili Peppers sold their music catalog for 140 million.
Oh, 140. I misquoted. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's even better.
Well, 140. You say
So,
140. He says 150. What the fuck?
no,
What's 10 million amongst friends?
right.
but now that the only thing that sucks about that is they don't have control over who records their music or if the music's in a
It
video
seems
or
to
a
me that
commercial. Yeah,
it's more money to hold on to the rats, I would
true.
think.
True. Sometimes it is.
But they just want to cash that in annuity in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Right, because you'll have to wait a lifetime to retain, and maybe
Oh
somebody
yeah.
another
Now you'll
will
start.
ever use
Yeah.
your song.
Now you'll
Yeah.
start to see their stuff on commercials. You'll see him on, just like Rat did that one commercial.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was pathetic.
Yeah, we have a rat problem. That was pretty fucking funny.
I
If you
love
ask
that
me, that
commercial.
was funny as
That's
shit.
so
Yeah,
sad.
and
That
these
is
guys are down in the basement going, we got
Yeah.
a rat problem. That's funny
like
as hell.
watching David Lee Roth still try to be David Lee Roth. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, it
stop.
just don't go. It's just,
Stop. Okay.
I'd really like to hear you do some blues.
Huh?
David Lee
Who,
Roth.
Dave Lee Roth?
Yeah, I'd love to
Last
hear.
time I saw Dave Lee Roth, I wanted to like go up on the stage and punch him right in the mouth.
Yeah.
He sucks so bad. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then I saw Sammy Hagar like a month later, and I was like, holy fuck, this dude's awesome.
yeah,
It was like weird. It's Dave
yeah,
just, I don't know how Dave fucked this shit up because, well, Dave's a smoker. So,
yeah. He fucked his voice up.
smokes, he smokes cigarettes and weed. So, he
Lots
probably
of coke.
You don't have the
yeah,
voice
lots
he
of coke.
had,
Lots
that's
of
for
coke.
sure.
Mhm.
And he don't have the fucking physique that he had. You won't see him jumping up 3-5 feet off the ground with his legs spread out
Yeah, but
anymore either.
did you notice after he turned like 60, he got his whole body tatted?
He did. Yeah, he
His
got
whole
tatted.
chest is tatted.
Yeah, he got a
Yeah.
tat.
Chad
Yeah.
Smith's only worth 90 million.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Drummer for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
And let's see what Flea is.
Flea should be right with Kiedis because they're the main copyright holders. Or where?
It's funny putting in Flea Network. Actually, he's worth more. I don't know. He's worth 150.
Oh, 150. Okay.
Anthony
Well,
was
he did.
160, wasn't
He did a lot of movies, and he did that whole fucking Wild Thornberrys thing, where he was the voice of the cartoon or something. But yeah, they make bank, man.
Got lots of money.
Yeah, and people forget that, like, people think the Chili Peppers came out in the early 90s. They started in 1984, and they weren't that good until like 1989.
Now,
But
David Lee Roth is worth $60 million.
yeah, but now put Sammy Hagar in. and see that.
Sammy Hagar, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Uh,
But
see what that is. Sammy Hagar net worth. He's worth 150.
Yeah.
150 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that most of his is from a lot. He sold his tequila brand for $80 million.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He sold now he owns a rum company, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Doesn't he have a
Yeah.
rum now?
Beach Bum Rums.
Beach Bum Rum. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And he
Good
still
for
owns
him.
the cantina in Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, I always wanted to go down there, but
Me
now I'm
too.
too old. That was on my bucket list. I'm too old for that shit. I couldn't go down there
But
now.
Sammy Hagar is old as fuck. He's the same. He's 70, like 3 years old.
73. Yeah,
Yeah, and
he's
he
73
sounds
years old.
great. Great.
He's no youngster. He's
I
no
tell you what,
youngster.
I was a huge Van Halen fan. When David Lee Roth left, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And
Yeah.
I will say Eat 'em and Smile is probably my favorite rock album ever. But Sammy's voice on 5150 is unmatched, man. That shit is blazing, man. I was such a split on the Van Halen camp. I might have been one of the few that like both, and
Yeah, well,
it's
I,
just his
I, I
voice.
differentiate them. I call them Van Halen and Van Hagar because I think Sammy made that band.
Mhm.
It should have been his band. I
Well,
mean,
the record company wanted to change their name to Van Hagar because they said you guys don't sound like Van Halen at all, and
yeah,
they refused. They refused,
yeah. Well, Eddie's not going to give that
I
up.
know. But the
Eddie's not going to
interesting
give
thing
that up.
is, Sammy is a full member from the time he started to the time he left. So any money that's made from all that music that he did in between, he gets full, shares
Oh
on.
yeah,
Like
yeah. He
like
gets
Ed,
full share.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he gets
Or
a full
Michael
share.
Anthony just gets paid like a royalty or something. He doesn't
Yeah,
get
he
a
gets.
share.
Yeah,
Yeah. I,
yeah.
I don't even know if David Lee Roth still does have his ownership of Van Halen music, because I read an interview one time where Sammy was said that Dave stopped a box set from coming out or something, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I
David
think
Lee Roth stopped him from doing the box set to include his time with Van Halen.
right,
He
Paul
said,
right.
"Fuck,
McCartney is worth $1.2 billion.
Off of
Jesus
music,
Christ."
man, off of music.
Jimmy Buffett's 600 million.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Buffett is like a business minded fool.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
got a rum company
yeah,
and he's got a fucking tequila
Margaritaville.
company.
Yeah.
He's got
Paul McCartney
Margaritaville's
is
fucking
rich.
restaurants.
I just
They got
typed rock.
Margaritaville.
Yeah.
He's got restaurants. He's got bars.
He
He's
also
got all
owns
kind
part
of
of
shit.
Land Shark Beer.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was
yeah,
named after the Saturday Night Live Land Shark. Remember Land Shark?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Land Shark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's got a lot of money invested and a lot of money and stuff. And plus Jimmy Buffett, man, you go to a Jimmy Buffett show, it's fucking packed, dude. It's like
oh yeah. He's got a lot of
packed.
parrot heads. He's got a
Sure,
lot
it's
of parrot heads.
packed. There's no loss of fans at a Jimmy Buffett concert,
No.
and
Jimmy Buffett guys are the Jimmy Buffett guys are people are fans. They've been fans
yeah,
for life. Now my
sure.
wife hates him. My wife can't stand him.
Really,
Jimmy
I love
Buffett.
Buffett, man. When I
She
roll a
thinks
big
he's a
fat
dick.
fatty,
For some
I
reason,
love
she
it.
does not like it.
Wow.
Stepped on a pop top.
Blew on my
Yeah,
flip flop, man.
yeah, blew out my flip flop.
The
Is
country
that
community.
Margaritaville guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And cheeseburger guy too.
He's worth 600
Cheeseburger in
million.
paradise.
600 million. He's worth. There,
Yeah.
skinhead.
And
I
he
mean,
did not make that off of selling records to Cheeseburger in Paradise.
no, no, no. I
He's
like
a
his song "Come Monday."
I like
Come
Come Monday.
Monday's
I like a
Come
lot of
Monday's a good
things.
tune.
I was best friends with a hippie kid when I was growing up. His parents were straight off the commune. So he got me into that kind of music, like the Grateful Dead and Jimmy Buffett and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And
He was
I
the
or I
early
would
stoner. He
yeah,
was the early stoner
he was.
music. Him
Yeah.
and the guy down there in Jamaica. What was his name?
Bob
He
Marley.
was Bob Marley, and
Yeah.
all them guys were stoners. All
Yeah.
them guys, damn well they were fucking. He's probably still getting high, Jimmy Buffett,
Yeah,
because
probably.
he's that kind of a guy.
Oh,
You
he
know.
got he got pulled over once by like some Jamaican or something authorities in his airplane, and he had pounds of weed on, or something like that, some kind of weed or something, and they end up doing like a charity concert for the country or something, you know.
Yeah, to pay it off.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he
Oh,
still,
okay, I'll
I'm
do that.
sure he still does, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's a true story. I heard that before.
yeah. And then he even wrote a song about it called Jamaica Mistaka, you
Did you
know.
make a mistake?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
I don't know the whole
I always
details, but
cheeseburger in paradise.
yeah.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's a
always
killing
love.
song.
That's a great one. Come Monday's great. I loved. Oh God, what's the other one? Changes in attitudes and changes
Changes in
in
attitude
latitude.
to
Yeah,
latitude. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one too.
He had some
Son
good.
of a sailor.
Oh
Son of
God,
a
I love that song. Yeah,
yeah,
I love that
son of
song.
a sailor. Yeah,
Why don't we get drunk and screw?
well, yeah.
Pina
Let's get drunk.
colada. Didn't we do
Pina-
pina coladas? Yeah.
No,
Oh no, that was
who
Rupert
was it?
Holmes.
Who?
If you like pina
Yeah,
coladas, yeah, that was
yeah.
Rupert Holmes.
Oh,
Gruber Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pina Colada.
He looked like a science teacher, and he had that big hit song that won't go away. People still play that fucking Pina Colada song to this day. It's in sitcoms, it's in movies, it's everywhere. That man's making so much money from that one song that he wrote.
The one hit wonder.
Yeah, it's like having a
Just like
Christmas.
Tony Orlando and Dawn. Knock 3 times on the ceiling
Yeah,
if
but
you want my cock.
Tony had a few though. Come on, tie yellow ribbon around the old oak
Yeah.
tree.
Oh yeah. Tie a
How
yellow
about
ribbon around the
Candida?
old. Oh yeah. Yeah.
How
Okay.
about oh my God, he don't love you like I love you.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's a
he
good
did
one.
a rain. He did a rain song too that was really good. Something about the rain.
Ra-
yeah,
Rainy day, sometime or some
yeah.
bullshit.
There's
That was,
also another one about
That was his
oh,
best.
I can't think of the name of it. It was like something in the strawberry patch or something. It was stupid, but it was a hit. He had a bunch of hits, really.
okay.
Yeah.
What about he's dead now? The guy that did Garden Party.
Oh, Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson,
Yeah.
yeah, Garden Party, man.
I
Talk
tell you
about a
what.
one-hit wonder there, man.
No way, he's not a one-hit wonder.
Oh, dude, what else does he do? Come on,
Traveling man.
Traveling Man, yeah.
Um, oh my God, I can't even think right now. Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart, sweet Mary Lou. I'm so in love with
All
you. He did
right,
that one. Yeah.
Really.
I can't. Traveling Man's my favorite song. I'm a traveling man all over the world. I love that song. He did a
yeah.
bunch. He was like a fucking teen heartthrob in the 50s, man.
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
all right,
He was
all
like
right.
Bobby B and shit, you know?
Bobby D, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now we're talking about the 50s, late 50s, early 60s are my absolute favorite time for music because it
Who's
was
the guy in
so up.
the family?
David Cassidy.
David Cassidy. That's
Yeah.
who I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking of. Yeah, David Cassidy. He didn't go very far.
Yeah.
He's dead now too.
No. Yeah, he is dead. And he has a hot daughter who's very hot.
Who's that other
Who I
kid? Leaf something
Leaf
something.
Garrett.
Leaf Garrett. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was made for dancing. Oh,
Who?
You know all
night
this shit,
long.
don't you?
He knows them all. You know,
Uh,
you forget he's a DJ.
Dude, I
That's what
worked on a
DJs
top
know.
40 radio station. I had to know things.
Yeah, you had to know a few things anyway.
And it was
Okay.
not top 40, it was top 40 classic
All
rock,
right.
like
How about
classic.
the band Ace?
How long?
Has this
How
been
long?
going on?
Paul Carrick,
Love
dude.
that
Come on.
guitar riff. What a great
Yeah.
riff, man.
That was the
What?
great Paul Carrick.
Yeah, Paul Carrick. Yep. Yeah, Ace was great. The Commodores. Fuck
Mhm.
yeah, the Commodores. They
Yeah.
were awesome. With what's his name? Lionel Richie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lionel Richie. Yeah, dancing on the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, what a feeling.
I'm dancing on the ceiling. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. God damn, we're showing
I
a fucking
listen,
age, man.
listen, Twinkle Toes. I've been a DJ on the radio and at weddings since 1991. So, you know, I've had to
Well,
learn quite a
yeah,
bit.
you had to
Yeah.
learn all the songs. Yeah, I mean, even the songs you hated, you had to play.
Oh my God! Then I
Like Garth
started liking,
Brooks.
like,
You started liking Garth Brooks, The Dance, because it was
no,
every fucking wedding, son, mother dance.
yeah.
The dance. Oh,
I
shut up!
started
You don't even know
liking
what the song is
Garth
about.
Brooks. Yeah, I started liking Garth Brooks because I was stationed in the army in Oklahoma when he became famous, and that's all you ever fucking heard or saw.
And got friends in low places. Friends
Mhm.
in low places. What a great fucking song. I'm an
It
asshole. I'm
was-
coming to your I'm
Yeah,
coming to your fucking wedding, bitch.
yeah,
How do you like that shit? I'm gonna show up at your fucking wedding, you fucking cunt.
yeah, but
You know,
that's what country music used to be about, was telling stories. Now it's
yeah,
all about looking poppy and shit, and like they're
all
horrible.
the
Country now is
glitter,
horrible.
all
Yeah.
this glitter and shit. Come on,
Right.
stop. Let's go back to when country was about telling stories and about kicking somebody's ass or
Oh yeah,
you
I
know,
spent the most early '90s, from like '92 to like '95, between Oklahoma and Missouri. So
oh yeah.
I learned a lot of country music,
Yeah, a
man.
lot of country.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was right. Where was I in Missouri? In Dixon, Missouri, and we used to go to Branson all the time. You
oh,
know,
you were in Fort Leonard Wood.
yeah, Dixon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Fort Lost in the Woods. Yeah.
I got a song. I got a song that might stump you. It's a spiral. Uh,
I love you more today
You did
than
it
yesterday.
yesterday.
damn, man, you know them all. Okay, all right, you're test driven.
All
Yeah.
right, how about 10cc? First time I heard
I'm not
10cc,
alone.
Oh
the
no!
first time I heard 10cc, I was at A school at Fort Sill, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
learning how to shoot cannons. And I fucking went into this club, and I was only 18, and they couldn't serve me. But the chick would always fucking put a shot of rum in my Coke for me.
Uh,
And yeah, I was seeing her on the side. So
that's
and
funny.
she
When I
liked
was in the army, we used to put Coke in our rum.
yeah.
Like little
Yeah,
powder.
no, she used to. I was only 18. I wasn't allowed to drink. It was 21. I
Right,
could
right,
drink 2 beer in Oklahoma then.
right.
Yeah, if I was 18, but I
Oh,
couldn't
you could
drink
drink
without,
beer when you were 18, but not liquor?
but not liquor. Right. The same
That's
thing was in Illinois.
really
Illinois, you could only buy beer and wine if you were 18.
in New York here, you could buy it at 18 until the 80 something. I can't remember what year it changed,
Yeah,
but
That's
yeah,
18 was
a lot of
everything.
drunk 18-year-old running around.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we were
yeah,
drunk all the time, man. We were
yeah.
drinking
Well,
that
back
fucking
in those in
wine.
our day, it was different. Today, it's like suicide.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it
anyways,
is.
I'm in this bar. And they play "How Long." They do a how they by Hall and Oates,
Ace.
right? How long is this
That's
been
Ace.
go? Ace, yeah, they did that song, and then they went right into 10cc. I'm not in love, and I dug the song. I thought it was a killer song, but it was another one of those that got overplayed.
You know
Uh,
what? Another one of my favorite bands is
uh,
Ambrosia.
Oh yeah,
Ambrosia.
I fucking
Keep
love
holding
it.
on to yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
keep
I love
holding
them.
that guy had
on
a smooth
to
voice.
Yeah, he
yesterday.
did.
What a
Yeah,
great voice.
David
What a great
Peich
voice.
was it or something like that? Yeah, David Pack. That's his name. He
David
actually,
Pack. Yeah.
yeah, he really good voice. I mean, like I tried to emulate it back when my balls were still up here and I could sing higher. I can't do that no more, and I could never do that. I could never get to his range ever.
No,
And
no. And
it
you're
was
not
like a
gonna.
higher, sweet voice though. Like it was smooth, dude. It was like
Right.
up here, but it was like not piercing your ear. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
like it was beautiful.
All right. What was the first time you ever heard the song Sarah?
Sarah's smile. Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah Smile.
Uh,
What was the
Probably my
first time you
aunt's car driving when I was a little kid because
I thought
um,
you were
I was
talking
born in I was born in the '70s, so
right?
probably in the early '80s listening to my aunt's car because she was a
Yeah.
huge Hall & Oates fan. So
Hall and Oates.
yeah,
Hall and Oates.
I love
Daryl
fucking
Hall's
Hall.
house. Going to Daryl's house on
Yeah, I probably was the only kid in high school that wanted the John Oates mustache. I
no,
wanted it, dude.
you
I
wanted
wanted
that
that
John Oates
fucking
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah, he was a sexy motherfucker, wasn't he?
Mhm.
He was the front man. He was definitely the front.
No, Daryl Hall was the front
Daryl
man.
Hall, yeah, he was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
handsome too. They were both
Musical
handsome.
version of Starsky and Hutch.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or Miami Vice.
It's rockin' tubs. Yeah, yeah.
Miami
Or
fucking
Dukes of
Vice.
Hazzard.
Yeah,
They were in the early '80s though. You couldn't beat them unless you were Michael
no,
Jackson. You weren't beating Hall and
Seals,
Oates.
Seals and Crofts was in that time too.
Seals and
Summer
Crofts
breeze.
makes me feel fine. And you can't forget what's her name, um, Loggins and Messina in that bunch.
Your mama
And they
don't dance
What
and
about the
baby
take
Bay City
don't
that
Roller
cry.
old
guys?
rock and roll. Right? Hey, that's the way
How
we
about
roll.
England Dan and John Ford Coley?
Oh, that's good stuff. Give me a
But I
song.
really love to see
See
you
you again.
tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great song to play in the middle of a set. You know,
Yeah,
you get them
yeah.
dancing slow, and then all of a sudden you hit them with something really hard. You go from something like that
Fat
to
bottom girls.
fat bottom girls, and everybody get out there and start doing their dancing and shit, and then you keep it rolling, and you keep it rolling
Yeah.
and rolling, and then you just kind of let things fall off the edge and play something soft
In the
again and
in
let
the
everybody.
early '90s, when I was doing a party or a wedding, after dinner, the song to go to then was Bob Seger, "Old Time Rock and Roll."
Oh yeah,
And
all the time.
play
What's that
that.
one? Get fuck, get laid.
Oh yeah,
Moni Moni,
Money,
Moni
money,
Moni. You gotta play Moni Moni at a wedding. No getting out of it.
and we are
Moni
family.
Moni. Yeah, and we are family. Yeah, you gotta play We Are Family, and the whole family get out there. And the locomotion always got them out on the dance floor.
Yeah,
What
I
about
used to
Paul
play the
Davis?
Grand Funk version.
Yeah, the grand. I always played the Grand Funk version too. I always did. Yep.
Paul Davis.
Paul Davis. Oh, is
Yeah.
that the guy that did cool? I want a cool night. Yeah, I think it's something. I
That
can't
one, and
remember how it goes.
I go
Yeah,
crazy.
I
I
go
go crazy.
crazy.
I go
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Big
Yeah.
fucking blonde dude with
Hey,
a
it looks
big
like
blonde.
he looks like Greg Allman.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did. Mhm. I love that fucking '70s yacht rock music, dude. It's my
we may
favorite music.
we may have a new fact checker. We may have a new fact checker. We've got this guy over here doing fact checking for
That's
us.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. We
That's
need
fine
a
with me.
fact checker, someone to be on here to fucking tell us what's what. No, you're full of shit. No, you're right. You need somebody like that. That's what we want.
We need a Baba
Yeah,
Booey.
because then that way we wouldn't gang up on Guido
Yeah.
Sarducci over here.
That's him. That's Paul
yeah,
Davis.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Paul
there he
Davis.
is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Or Greg Allman in disguise.
yeah. The Greg Allman of
Didn't
soft rock.
expect that guy to look like that when I.
How about oh my god, I forgot the name of it. It came out in the early '80s. I loved it too. Oh my god. We had it all just like Bogey and McCall. What was the name of that song?
I know what you're talking about.
Late Late Show. Played along in Key Largo. Key Largo. That's
Key
it.
Largo.
Yeah. Or how about
Yeah.
what was the other one I used to like? Oh god, there's so many good of those kind of songs, but I can't even think of it. Steal Away. That was a good
Steal
one.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steal Away. That was a good one.
Yeah. There's so many of that '70s music that I love. I really love
Uh,
'70s music,
See, you could
and
do a ZZ Top song. You could
oh yeah,
even ZZ Top would go over
yeah,
Lagrange.
yeah,
You'd play Lagrange and
yeah.
uh, uh, down there in Arizona, I could get away with playing Mexican Blackbird. They'd all
Yeah.
get a kick out of that.
You're
That would be
down
my
in
obscure shit.
Chicago.
So they
Yeah,
Who's
got
that
that
would be
one?
my break music where I turn it down. Okay, folks, I'm taking a break. I'll be back.
My
We're gonna
break music. Here was mine. Paradise by the Dashboard
dashboard
Lights.
lights.
That's where
Yeah.
I took.
I got one more for you, and I'm going
Yeah.
on break. So here we go. And then you put on, yeah, there it is, meatloaf.
Oh,
Meatloaf. Don't let your meatloaf.
Well, let me sleep on it.
All right, great conversation tonight. I want to reach out to Vance and thanks for letting us take sport with you tonight, man. It was a whole lot of fun. Glad you could join us tonight, and maybe we'll do this some more. We need a fact checker on the show, dude, and
Yeah.
you could fit that bill. You could be like the producer. Who's that guy that worked with Howard Stern that was back
Baba
behind?
Booey, Gary Delabate.
Yeah, you could be in, man, for our
Yeah.
show.
Right.
So if you think about it, you want to do it, we're
Oh,
more than happy to have
and
you along.
before
That
we
was fun.
go, I just gotta say, I wasn't mad earlier. I muted the thing and undid the camera because I was fucking laughing because I was trying not to laugh. So you really
That's it.
didn't aggravate me.
That's it. I
It was
quit.
just, yeah.
That's it. I quit. Fuck you.
So you were lying the whole time because
I was.
Yeah,
I was I was gonna say you guys you guys are too fucking much here. All right,
That-
all right.
that-
he wanted
Thank
you
you.
to believe you were getting under his skin. He didn't give a flying fuck about you or none of it.
Because like
You know?
I was trying, man. I was
oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That's about it. We've beaten this one to death. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Good night, everybody. Glad you could join us. Have
Good
a
night.
good evening.
Peace.
See ya. Everybody say
peace
bye-bye.
out.
Bye
Later.
bye. I'll be doing better next week.
Right. All right, you be our new fact checker. That'll be great.
All right, cool.